Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, men on, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
It's Monday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means the boys are doing radio after a jam-packed weekend of Van, were you watching sports or were you watching Kings being crowned?
Neither. I was playing poker and I was getting a little sunshine on my tum-tum.
There's no sunshine in the poker room, you liar. That cannot be true.
There's a pool right next to it.
It was you had to wake up, I guess at mountain time, it would have been like 4 a.m. to watch the new King of England, which, by the way, I agree completely with all the pundits out there. Roman numerals better than actual numerals.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
What? King, first of all, there's already a Charles, because that's how they do it over there. They don't just make new stupid names like America does with all these kids whose last name end in Iston. Like there's no Austin, Boston, Costin, Dawston, Jostin, Austin, Foston, Roston, Loston. They just go with Charles and then they put a Roman numeral after it.
King Braden the first. The first of his
Jaden
name.
Bird.
King Tucker.
King Jeff, but spelled with a G. And you're like, just spell it the right way, yo. Don't, be better. Be better, King G. Tyler Lovely joining us from the broadcast. Tyler, how are you, brother?
Doing great, guys. I'm glad to be here.
Good. Excited to be with you, boys. You guys know I am in St. Louis. Thank you for holding down the studio and the broadcast last week. You guys were on location about every single day. Banger of a broadcast from Ice Toast Park. Mariachi's jersey sounds like it went off. That was the how much did you sell yours for on the secondary market, Van?
I sold one of them for $120.
Yeah, smart.
And then I got another one right here that was supposed to go to you.
There we go.
I think it's going to go to the highest bidder.
Yeah, it has to. That's fire right there. How many colors are on that thing?
All of them. It's like it's like a serape Mexican blanket.
Were Albuquerque Republicans fired up about the color scheme? Did it make them real mad like Bud Light cans?
Well, there's no Mexican blanket parades, so I think they're okay.
I love everything about that. Tyler and Van, you guys are aware I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, because my father is currently battling a little colon cancer, boys. We haven't really talked about it on the air a ton. We're going to take a moment right now, if you will allow me to take a moment right now. My father began his cancer treatment 2 weeks ago. I came out last week. And he is currently now he's primed. He got a port inserted in his chest, boys. And what they do is they inject chemotherapy into it. It's not radiation. I thought that was the only type of chemotherapy. How educated I've become in this world. And he is receiving his first treatment this week. So he's going to get his chemotherapy. He's going to do his whole thing. He's going to fight a little bit of a battle. But I'm going to say that.
Are you a sports fanatic?
You need to visit the premier sports entertainment, music, and memorabilia store, All in Autographs. All in Autographs is a one-stop shop for sports fanatics. Visit All in Autographs, Hoffmantown Square, allinautographs.com.
This report brought to you by All In Autographs.
We're taking a look at traffic right now. Westbound on Paseo, things moving a little slow as you approach the river. Southbound on I-25 dealing with some slowdowns at Montgomery and seeing congestion right now westbound on Montano at Coors.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with More in the Morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is.
Memphis right now looks like a really noisy fraud. They play chippy, they chirp, they hit you in the junk, and they trailed 35-9 at one point against the Lakers. 35-9. And with John, the Grizzlies, they look erratic and undisciplined.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention veterans, active duty military, civilians, and contractors. If you were issued earplugs between 1999 and 2015 and were diagnosed with hearing loss or ringing in the ears, you may be entitled to compensation. The manufacturer of these military earplugs recently paid $9.1 million to resolve claims that their earplugs were defective, potentially exposing service members to damaging sound levels that could have resulted in hearing loss or tinnitus. If you or a loved one were issued earplugs and were diagnosed with tinnitus or hearing loss, don't wait. You fought for this country, and our attorneys want to fight for you. Call 800-789-4407 now for a free legal consultation and to see if you may be eligible to file a claim. Time restrictions may apply, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. So call 800-789-4407 now. Again, 800-789-4407. That's 800-789-4407.
People's Flowers for Mother's Day. Flowers make the perfect gift for that special mom in town or out of town. People's Flowers will make an arrangement she will enjoy for days. People's Flowers is the best choice you can make when sending flowers to your mom. People's Flowers delivers locally or around the world. Call today and order your Mother's Day arrangement. She will love you forever. Stop into any of People's Flowers 4 locations or shop online at peoplesflowers.com. Shop today. Flowers say it all. Peoples make the difference.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Back on the program after a little sabotage from Tyler Lovely. Tyler, what the heck? I'm 1,000 miles away, dog. I can't fix it. And now we're back at it. We were talking a little bit
Fred,
earlier.
it was about the most inappropriate timing ever because you were telling us about what your father is going through. And right before we got cut out, you were telling us that your dad had a arc reactor implanted a la
Correct.
Iron Man.
Yeah, he did the Tony Stark. He got the Tony Stark put in, so that's good. So, and like you said, that is why I'm in St. Louis. I'm helping my dad do some stuff. He is battling, and Van, we talk about you being obviously over 40 years old and the oldest person in radio.
Stop it.
And how you still don't bother to take care of yourself physically.
I just got strong with Evolve Strong.
Okay, I mean, have you been getting strong since, or was that a finish line? You just stopped running?
I'm about as swole as one skinny ginger can be right now. I am just ripping out of my skin.
Weird sentence.
Yep.
So the point is, when you are Van's age and my age, closely approaching 40, and Tyler Lovely, you're a little bit off, but you're just a little bit off in life. And anyways, the idea is go get tested, get your colonoscopy, go make the effort to get in front of someone who's a professional and has an understanding and can tell you exactly what you need to do to take care of yourself. Because that's how my father discovered what was going on with he. So my father currently on the, knock on wood, road to recovery. And I will be out here in St. Louis for at least an undetermined amount of time as I help him on his journey, and how fortunate I am through the miracle of the internet outside of Tyler Lovely's sabotage to be able to still be part of the program.
Look, can I be totally honest with you guys? And this is credit to you guys, because as soon as I met the both of you, the first thing that went through my head was I need a colonoscopy.
Yeah, that's
I need to get checked right now. So because I feel more healthy, because of this.
Well, the thing, the big difference.
One.
The big difference, Tyler, is you need to go to a doctor. You can't just meet up with a nice lady after the bar and get one. It's wildly different.
You're telling me I can't get this colonoscopy at the EBT line?
No.
Is that not it?
You cannot trade EBT points for a colonoscopy, Tyler. We've had this talk before.
Don't walk up to a stranger and say, check my cutter. It doesn't work like that. Don't do that.
Give me a little two-knuckler, Janice.
So very often this procedure is covered under your primary care. And if you're a recipient of a Medicaid or a Medicare or any of those options that's in front of you, take advantage of those options. Because I promise you, the path to travel to find out is healthy and important, and you don't necessarily want to end up in a situation similar to my father is in, to where he is battling some stuff in an advanced stage and all the world that surrounds that. So I would put it out there into the cosmos and the universe. If you are a friend of this show and you've been a listener for some time, number one, thank you. Number two, we care about you. And number three, we hope that you care about yourself. and you do that by taking the steps that need to be taken to protect your health. So yeah, go get your colonoscopy. Go take care of that. Man, it was a big sports weekend though. It wasn't all kings and queens. Well, and it definitely wasn't the Sacramento Kings. It was a good NBA weekend. It was a very good Major League Baseball weekend. We'll talk about that just a little bit because baseball doesn't really count until after the All-Star game. Anyways, the NFL is still staying relevant. I took off a week. My bad, boys. And then lastly, Aaron Rodgers kind of controls the world, which is crazy to me. Like, I didn't realize the pull he had because as soon as he gets out of the news cycle, people are trying to talk about Justin Fields. He's like, I'm going to suck him back in. Like, as soon as the NFL is like, hey, listen, we're going to screw up all the holidays. We got a plan. So it is in there. I'm going to suck him back in. Or am I going to give him a chance? So he is a succubus. And that is an existence I've learned to accept. He has gone from face to heel completely. The New York Jets are now hated by me. They were not previously. So I'm excited for this next incarceration. That's not the word. That's reincarnation of Aaron Rodgers.
Incantation, possibly?
Thank you. That's a good one, too.
Thank you. He is such a hot topic news cycle that he overshadowed the friggin' Kentucky Derby.
Right.
What's the name of the horse that won?
Exactly. Forrest.
What color blazer was Aaron Rodgers wearing at the Kentucky Derby when he met up with all of his current and former and next wide receivers?
Mage. Congratulations to Mage, 2 Phils, and Angel of Empire. Everyone I talked to about the Derby said they lost all the money. No one won any of the money, Van.
I didn't bet this year. I took a spa day during the Kentucky Derby.
What does that mean?
I went to the spa. You never been to a spa?
I've never one time said the phrase I took a spa day.
Okay, well, you're trying to get me to get a colonoscopy. Maybe you should take a spa day, Fred.
Putting colonoscopies and spa days in the same even spectrum of existence makes no sense. They're very different.
You could schedule them the same day. You might need a spa after that if you're not comfortable with your own body.
What is the don't mix anesthesiology and mineral springs or whatever with have you ever seen those videos where people are like, oh, you can't put me out there's not, I do so many drugs aren't good enough to like knock me out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure. You're describing me.
And they put the thing in the arm and they're like, count back from 100 and people are like 99, 90. Oh gosh. My dad goes and gets that port put in his chest for his chemotherapy treatment. And he he has to get anesthesiologed. I don't know what that's called, put under. Anyway, so he comes back to the house after doing it and he lays down on the couch. I'm like, Dad, you should probably take a rest or whatever. Like, he had a tough day. He goes, take a rest? They just put me asleep for a couple hours. It should be fine.
Yeah, I just took a long nap. What are you talking about? I am rested.
That's not the logic that works behind this thing. That's not how it works at all. Oh, gosh. Also, this past weekend, Van, you're aware of this. Tyler, I don't know what you know about this, but myself and Joe Singer, known as Hobo Hank, Aaron Burnett of the historic El Rey Theater, who friends of this show are familiar with, also listeners of KOB are familiar with. We made a big announcement over the weekend, and also big thank you to the state of New Mexico for working with me remote. That was a big deal to me while I was gone. They okayed all the pro wrestling bands. So pro wrestling is coming back to the historic El Rey Theater. We are doing our very first event Thursday, May 25th. You and I will be doing the show live from the historic El Rey Theater that same days before the event. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Tickets are available at dccwtickets.com. If you're not familiar with DCCW, that's Duke City Championship Wrestling, where you can also find DukeCityChampionshipWrestling.com. We got the whole card there. Everything's going on. We're going to have 9 matches over the course of 2 hours, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're excited to have pro wrestling here in the city. So big thank you to everyone involved with that, and obviously more developments as they come. But the press release went out today, Van. It's official. There's no takebacks at this point.
All right, let's go, baby. Some wrestling at home in Albuquerque.
Gonna be sweet,
Hobo Hank is back. We got a new star-studded lineup of up-and-comers here in Albuquerque. It's going to be a blast.
If they allow me to ride anything, Hobo Hank will never lose the ship. If they allow me to ride anything. They will not allow me to ride anything. we're gonna do a broadcast. We're gonna have a whole bunch of like production around it, and your boy picked himself to be the voice of it because that's how this thing works.
Naturally.
Yeah, and I am excited just to fabricate stories. I'm just gonna make up fabulous lies. I'm going to name things inaccurately. I'm going to really abuse the power that I instilled upon myself.
As one should.
Yeah,
I mean, they give you the keys to the Porsche. You're going to drive it 120 miles an hour, right?
So we'll surround this event with food and festivities and fun and music, and somehow we'll incorporate Tyler. I just want to find reasons to give him money.
I'm down with that.
Do you have a singlet?
I don't have a I can afford a singlet, right? That's less than like a doublet.
Yes, it is. It's perfect. By the way, thanks to Fred, I know they're called singlets and not onesies.
Yeah, you call it a onesie.
Yeah, for years I called it onesies.
Well, also fortunately for Tyler, because it's pro wrestling and not actual wrestling, you don't have to wear a singlet, so he could show up in literally any career.
Nope.
Like, can you just claim to be that thing?
Mm-mm.
It's like Tyler was like a pretty good lacrosse player growing up, right?
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
he could be Tyler Lacrosse and show up in his lacrosse gear.
Oh, I could just like wear old work uniforms. Is that how I could do it? Then?
Yeah.
Is that how?
Oh,
I like it.
Mhm.
I could wear my old Allsups uniform and just like start throwing chairs.
Wait, hold on. Do you still got to connect at Allsups?
What's up? We need to get in there.
You got a burrito guy?
I am the burrito guy.
Oh.
If your wrestling character was like Joe Job, and it's just all the different jobs that have name tags, and every week you show up as a different Joe Job. Like you get like the Burger King shirt. You get what you already said, all subs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
yes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, you just run through them all, like janitor somewhere.
Career
like
fair Tyler.
Oh.
Tyler, the resume. Lovely.
A lot of sports talk when we get back from the break. What do you want to open up with, Van? You want to follow my lead and go with the Jokic dumb stuff over the weekend?
I want to talk about how stupid the monarchy in England is and how come people aren't taken to the streets more often to end that pile of garbage. Such a waste of time and effort and money. King Charles is just some guy. Grow up, England. You're idiots.
From the Sports Animal live chat right here for the 2 Men On program, it is recommended that Tyler can get a Blockbuster polo from friend of the show, Joel.
I like
there
that.
you go. So you can do that.
I'm more of a Hastings guy, but we'll make it work.
Hell, you never been to a Blockbuster or a Hastings?
R.I.P. R.I.P. to both.
Oh my God, dude. I'm in my hometown. There's a family video here. I'm like, what?
Wow.
What year is it?
Like a Family Dollar that only rents videos now?
Hey, also, my favorite thing in the world is to travel around the country and go to Goodwills.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, my dad lives on like these like bluffs that overlook the Mississippi River. There's like no internet or anything. So I was like, oh, I'll just run to the Goodwill and get my dad like some DVDs. That's what I said I would do. I was like, I'm gonna go to the Goodwill, get my father some DVDs. Shut the Goodwill down. Tell you what, you can never go home. 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Biggie Bag. When you think Wendy's Biggie Bag, think your go-to meal deal with your choice of JBC, double stack or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink. Biggie hits every time. So grab a Biggie Bag today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
We're taking a look at traffic right now. Westbound on Paseo, things moving a little slow as you approach the river. Southbound on I-25 dealing with some slowdowns at Montgomery and seeing congestion right now westbound on Montano at Coors.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
When you buy your new Ford at Malloy Ford in Los Lunas, you get the best deal and warranty forever. Check out the details online at malloyford.com. When you think Ford, think Malloy Ford in Los Lunas.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is.
But Steph Curry, when he is rolling at the Chase Center, it is different than any star in my life other than Michael Jordan in Chicago. When Michael Jordan and Steph Curry are doing their thing at home, it's different. It is highlight reel stuff.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You want it right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels, Plumbing, heating, and
Go
air.
green with Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Beat the heat with a high-efficiency AC or heat pump system from Daniels. Right now, Daniels is offering instant rebates on high-efficiency heat pump systems and take advantage of federal tax credits. Your investment is protected with their 10-year parts and 5-year labor guarantee. Daniels financing with plans to fit any budget, including 0% interest. Start your project today with a free estimate, 898-8860. Stay cool, calm, collected with Daniels, and go green today.
Is your stucco going ucco? You need to do like me and hire CertaPro painters. You will drive up to your home and that stucco will look brand new, and so will your home, and it will increase the value of your home. They're honest, they're clean, and they have attention to detail. Your home will look amazing. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. For your home or business.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SCORE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SCORE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SCORE.
All personal injury law firms are not the same. We all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our injured clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Multi-state offices. Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque. Glenn Lerner is only licensed in Nevada.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Great, it's yours. See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming in end-of-year party bookings.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm going to need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The sports animal is now 27 years old. What we're saying is, it's now not creepy to tell us how good we look for our age. Just remember, we're not that kind of station. Creeper.
For 60610 Sports Animal text line, text your boys to the texter. This is from 6002. Congratulations, Fred, and thanks for bringing pro wrestling to the birthday. Will you be having some Lucha Libre matches on the card?
Ooh.
The answer is hard yes.
Of course.
Hard yes.
I'm not going to not have Lucha Libre.
Everyone who beats up Tyler will have a mask on. Good or bad. Also, there's a rich history in this city of comedians getting beaten up. And I want Tyler, that's Tyler's bit, is to be the comedian that gets beaten up.
If there are comedians getting beat up, I better be getting paid for it. That's all.
Yes, you will be getting paid for it.
Comedians here get shot for free.
That's the thing that has been happening here.
Mm-hmm.
We're shooting back now.
There you go.
From the Sports Animal text line, 3537 says, "Oh my God, I agree with Van. Roman numerals are dumb."
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just put some culture into your guys' lives, please?
Hey, what was the last Super Bowl?
50 something.
See, exactly. Some 3 stupid letters. Just call it 54 or whatever.
Since I got into the industry,
the Live Tour. It's dumb.
What is Live? What's that?
The Live
LIV?
Tour? LIV.
Oh, that's what Super Bowl it was.
It's for exactly. You didn't know that because it's 3 stupid letters. And you don't know what it means.
I don't count the L ones.
It's 54. Just like the Live Tour, LIV. It's not a name. It's not an acronym. It's for the number 54 because they only play 54 holes.
L is not a Roman numeral. It's only X, I, and V. Those are the only ones that count.
So you can only go up to 10? Is that what you're doing?
What do you need more than 10 for?
The metric system?
You talking about abacuses now?
I never talk about abacuses.
Hey, when I was a kid, I learned to use an abacus for some reason, and that's when I knew school was just for babysitting.
Yeah, for sure. I was also a roofer for a day.
Not for you.
You did the abacus once.
Doing the abacus one time is too many times to do the abacus. Ugh. You see this Jokic thing over the weekend?
Of course.
What is going on here? This is the craziest thing of all things. Do you want to talk about the game? Do you want to talk about this? Do you want to talk about any of that? I don't think there's a reason to. It's only the controversy where he did nothing wrong, and there's a conversation for some reason.
Yeah, the NBA wanted the Phoenix Suns to win, so they put Kevin Durant on the free throw line 40 times. But that's not the storyline at all. It's, in the wrestling world, congratulations, Fred, and your family for Duke City Championship Wrestling one more time. Nikola Jokic would be a fantastic wrestling heel because he went and provoked the crowd. He elbowed the owner of the Suns. It was hilarious. I love every second of it.
You're calling it an elbow?
Yeah.
No.
A forearm shiver?
Here, the ball goes in the crowd. You know what you do if you're the crowd? Give the ball back. Do you know what the owner of the Suns did? Not that.
The owner of the Suns wasn't even the one with the ball. It was like 2 rows back. The basketball players do not need to go into the crowd to retrieve the ball. You know who needs to go into the crowd to retrieve the ball? They have a special title. It's called Ball Boy. There is a guy who has his hands on balls all game. The players don't need to touch them unless they're on the court.
There is something fun and special whenever like a baseball player like gets a foul ball that they don't have to get. Now, to be fair.
Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
Do I say it that much?
Tyler. Hey, Tyler. Say it.
Tyler.
To be fair.
Thank you. Okay, there it was.
We go.
That's the thing we say.
I get you.
To be fair.
To be fair. He did it once. Give him credit.
Okay, I'm going to give him credit. That ball is not in the stands. Like when an NBA player goes to get the ball, here's how the transaction goes. It goes into the stands. NBA player walks over to get it. Fan gives it to them. They turn around. That's the end of the transaction. It's over. That's not what is currently happening. What is currently happening is they're going, I got big bows and I cannot lie. Let me get my cell phone out and I want to take a selfie with it. And I'm gonna become an influencer. I'm gonna influence the outcome of this game. And Jokic is like, stop. Just stop.
He had no business going into the crowd.
Hold up.
First off, all right. The Suns owner had a LeBron James level flop. Jokic didn't push him that hard. But still, but first off, let's rewind. Jokic had no business going into the crowd whatsoever. He knew what he was doing. He was provoking the crowd. It is a genius level professional wrestling move. I love it so much. But if you're going to blame anyone for this situation, blame the instigator, which was Jokic. If he doesn't walk 3 rows into the crowd to try to grab a basketball, which he has no business doing, none of this happens.
If you compare this highlight to a highlight of, I don't know, like CP3 going to get the ball from like an exact same quote unquote fan in a similar part of the court, like they're just going to hand it over. They're going to be like,
because they feel sorry for him.
No, it's not because they feel sorry for him.
Oh, look at the little basketball player, never wins a championship. Have a basketball, little man. That's what they say.
No one talks to CP3 like that.
What?
They think it. They all internalize it, and they never say anything out loud because he's such a nice guy.
Oh, he is nice.
What's this cat's name? Ishba? Is that what it is?
Sure,
Ishba?
we'll call it that.
Matt Ishba. If he gave it to Jokic, that would have been it. Like, because when you're sitting right there, you're no longer whatever your job title is. The only title you're not. You know how people like get on soapboxes and they're like, I'm a father and I'm a son and I'm a husband and they get on these like whatevers. The only thing you are in that minute is a fan. There are certain rules you have to follow as a fan.
Yeah.
One is don't take the ball away from the game. Give the ball right back.
Well, he wasn't. I mean, he didn't even have the ball. It was somebody standing right behind him. And plus,
they're the same.
Plus, those are his balls. He owns the team. He owns the building. He bought all the basketballs. If he wants to hang on to a ball, let him hang on to the ball. Jokic, you don't need to go into the crowd and grab it from him like some maniac possessed.
Hold up. Are you saying that someone has to be right and someone has to be wrong here and there's no in-between at all? Because
they're all wrong. They're a bunch of idiots. Everybody who participated in that melee is an idiot, from Jokic to the Suns owner to everybody standing around instigating to that guy taking selfies. Actually, he was in the right. That was very funny.
Always do that.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than like a public freak out when someone is putting a camera on it. And then whenever that person who is publicly freaking out sees that there's a camera on them, they then freak out because there's a camera on them, only intensifying the freakness of the public freak out.
I don't know what World Star is in Serbia, but
Okay.
I would have yelled out whatever World Star is in Serbia whenever that melee went down.
I believe it's Terra Store.
Okay, sweet.
And that dude, so Jokic gives it. What move are you calling this from Jokic? Are you calling it one of these? You give him one of these?
Little forearm shiver.
Yeah, give him one of these.
Yeah.
And this dude who's like a I don't know, a grown ass healthy man. I don't know what phrase to use.
I mean, he's not a professional athlete, but he's not affected by gravity that much.
You know how bad like you and Tyler and like former co-host of the show, Robert Gibson, and like Aaron Burnett. I'm just going to name people that contribute regularly to the show, like David Weesey, Carl. Do you know how bad you guys would roast me if I did a flop like that from catching an elbow? Like, there's no way.
That is a all-star level flop. No wonder he bought the team. He's like, let me teach you guys a thing or two about flopping. He went straight from professional soccer to owning the Suns. That's how hard that flop was.
He is him.
LeBron James is watching highlights of the flop. He's like, oh, that's good form. Okay. Lean back first, throw arms up, look disgusted, and fall down. Oh, perfect form.
It's like a bunch of different rap lyrics. It's like, all right, first you Fat Joe. First you got a Fat Joe, which is you lean back.
Ah,
yeah.
Very nice.
And then you throw your arms in the air and they stay up. I don't know who raps that one, so I can't really get that one. Is that T.I.? I'm guessing it's T.I. Whenever we get back, the Washington Guardians, they are cheating, Van.
Again?
Also, we'll take a second to thank you, everyone that allows us to bring you this, which is 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Biggie Bag. When you think Wendy's Biggie Bag, think your go-to meal deal with your choice of JBC, double stack or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink. Biggie hits every time. So grab a Biggie Bag today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Taking a look at traffic right now. Westbound Paseo moving slow, 2nd Street to the river. Things slow down southbound on I-25 between Osuna and Montgomery. Also dealing with some congestion westbound on Montano at Coors. And I-40 headed west right now as you approach the interchange. A little bit of a slowdown there as well.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
When you buy your new Ford at Malloy Ford in Los Lunas, you get the best deal and warranty forever. Check out the details online at MalloyFord.com. When you think Ford, think Malloy Ford in Los Lunas.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is.
But Steph Curry When he is rolling at the Chase Center, it is different than any star in my life other than Michael Jordan in Chicago. When Michael Jordan and Steph Curry are doing their thing at home, it's different. It is highlight reel stuff.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You want it right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Go green with Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Beat the heat with a high-efficiency AC or heat pump system from Daniels. Right now, Daniels is offering instant rebates on high-efficiency heat pump systems and take advantage of federal tax credits. Your investment is protected with their 10-year parts and 5-year labor guarantee. Daniels financing with plans to fit any budget, including 0% interest. Start your project today with a free estimate, 898-8860. Stay cool, calm, collected with Daniels, and go green today.
Is your stucco going UCCO? You need to do like me and hire CertaPro painters. You will drive up to your home and that stucco will look brand new, and so will your home, and it will increase the value of your home. They're honest, they're clean, and they have attention to detail. Your home will look amazing. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. For your home or business.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SCORE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SCORE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SCORE.
All personal injury law firms are not the same. We all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our injured clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Multi-state offices. Carlos Obri-Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque. Glenn Lerner is only licensed in Nevada.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Great, it's yours. See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming in end-of-year party bookings.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm going to need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Sports Animal is now 27 years old. What we're saying is, it's now not creepy to tell us how good we look for our age. Just remember, we're not that kind of station. Creeper.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. The boys are split across the country, but thank you for this amazing technology. We're both here in your ears together. Tyler Lovely on the other side of the glass producing for us.
Tyler Lovely, cool.
And we wouldn't be here without our friends and sponsors in the community. Like we are live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We play on Team I-9. We start our days at the YMCA. A burger and a milkshake, that goes down with the boys at 66 Diner. The weekends, that's for Teller Vodka, New Mexico's vodka. And don't miss a moment of New Mexico United away match action as that goes down at Hollow Spirits. And Thursdays, those are throw-in Thursdays, as the boys are giving you $7.50 off per person per hour at ABQX. We were there last Thursday. This Thursday, we'll be at Red Door downtown with Chris, the mayor of downtown Burnett. And then next Thursday, we're back at ABQX having a lot of fun with it.
Just got a handful of texts about the pro wrestling that we just announced. And I'm very excited that Duke City Championship Wrestling is coming to the El Rey Theater on May the 25th. That is a Thursday. We're going to do monthly Thursday events. Your best bet, though, because it's not for this show, but DukeCityChampionshipWrestling.com. Got all your details there, all the social media outlets. So go find that and leave me alone on the Sports Animal text line, 505-246-0610, Sports Animal text line. Here's a fun one from the Sports Animal chat, Van. Getting the ball quickly is a part of the game. So if Dallas is trying to move quickly and get some action before the ball is set defensively for the Suns, you're impeding the game. If you're impeding the game, you're affecting the game, Van. Are you thinking this is an argument from the friends of our show, or do you think it's moot?
They don't have one basketball. They're not at the YMCA.
It's not soccer.
It is a professional NBA playoff game. They got dozens of them sitting right there on the side of the court. They should start giving away basketballs. This situation wouldn't happen if the ball goes into the friggin' court. And just like a little league game, you take the basketball, you get a friggin' snow cone or a glizzy or a 22-ounce $37 beer or whatever. But who cares about a basketball? It's just a basketball. They got dozens of them.
5-point win. It's 2-2 in the series. Game 5 is about to be the best thing in the history of sports. This one is setting itself up to be like an all-timer. Are you getting that same energy?
Oh, yeah. The confrontation at last game, it's 2-2. It feels like the Phoenix Suns know who they are now. They have a little more of a playoff identity. They know how to use Kevin Durant and the rest of their team. And Jokic, I mean, as boring as he is to watch, he is an absolute dude.
There's been some weird conversation about should he or should he not be suspended. Do you got any weight in this one? Do you think it's a thing? Because I think if you ask everyday sports fan says, I don't want to dilute the game. I don't want to water down the product. I don't want it to be, Devin Booker versus the city of Denver without Jokic. To me, because it's not egregious, because no one leaves hurt, you have to do nothing. But I think you're going to hear the argument the other way, to where if you do nothing, and I don't know, do like pundits considered, is Jokic like a white guy or is he like a European guy? Like what kind of energy and support does he have behind him? Because you're going to hear like some weird racial stuff too if he doesn't get suspended.
Oh, you talking about Serbian privilege?
Yeah, but someone will be.
I don't think he should. If it's a citizen, if it's just like some random person who caught the basketball and Jokic goes over there and tries to yank it out of their hands and gives them a forearm shiver and they fall back in the chair, now we could have that conversation. But this is the friggin' owner of the Suns. He knows how to behave. None of that was necessary at all. It wasn't necessary. Jokic's behavior and the Suns owner, Ishbia or Ashiba or Shiba Inu or whatever the hell his name is, he shouldn't have done that either. But if it's like a citizen, like some Joe, if it's super producer Tyler Lovely sitting there in the front row and Jokic yanks the basketball away from him and gives a forearm shiver, then we could talk about it. But the Suns owner, he knows better. He's a grown-ass adult. He owns the team. He's been around basketball forever. He knows what not to do. He was doing it on purpose. 2 wrongs don't make a right, but those 2 wrongs at least cancel each other out.
He tweeted last night that no one should be suspended, that it was a big win for the Suns, that, Game 5 is going to be a banger. And then officially, right before we went on air, Wojnarowski says from his Twitter, it's a $25,000 fine, no suspension for Game 5, Suns Governor Madish. So there you go. So he's definitely not going to sit it out, because if he did, I think competitively it ruins the whole thing. Competitively, and you can't let the whole thing get ruined, because then what are you going to end up with? You're going to end up with teams doing what? Setting plants. You're going to treat it like, you remember that Trump rally we went to?
Oh,
where
yeah.
there was like a plant in the audience to like catch heat. That's what these not Heat the basketball team, Heat the concept. There's going to be teams that are going to do the exact same thing to where it's, well, we know if we put a guy in this situation, we can egg them on, or hey, maybe our team, purposely knock a ball to this section, and we'll make sure one of our dudes comes away with it and creates a, like a crazy energy around this. A similar thing happened in the NFL years ago when do you remember the Oakland Raiders were in the Super Bowl with Rich Gannon as quarterback, and it was in San Diego, and their center Barrett Robbins went down to Tijuana, and he got all super loose and couldn't play in the game. This is all not new history. I think it was against the Buccaneers, I think. And then that was like a thing in the NFL for a minute where teams were like, well, what are we going to do? We're going to send pretty girls to the other hotel. And maybe it wasn't team proper, but it was like boosters. And this happens in college all the time too. Like, you can't start letting outside the action stuff influence inside the action stuff, because then you're going to get this whole attempt of people literally trying to ruin everyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's an excellent point. Quick side note.
Yeah.
The $25,000 that Nikola Jokic was fined.
Yeah.
That is 0.0007% of his annual salary. Let's say, hypothetically, I make $60,000 a year, which is a pretty American median income.
Yeah, that's pretty good money.
That's $46. That's the American equivalent of $46. That is less than a stop sign ticket. That's less than a parking ticket.
It only cost me $45, and I get to take a swing at someone's boss.
Yeah, you get to forearm shiver the owner of the Suns. It's only going to cost you $46. That's a steal.
From the Sports Animal live chat on the live stream. If you're not tuned in with your boys on the live stream, you're missing out on a lot of fellowship. The Sports Animal live stream says Notre Dame football has their opponents stay at a local casino.
Smart.
Yes, they do.
I mean, there's been a history of that forever. Like, you have a fan go pull the fire alarm at the opponent's hotel. You have somebody pick up the bar tab, drink and drown, boys, it's on me. I mean, you could all kinds of that stuff like that has existed in the history of sports.
Pretty gamesmanship at that point.
And it's not going away either.
Well, to me, though, that part's not regulated by like NFL or NBA or Major League Baseball or NCAA suspension. That's where it gets different for me. Like, you do all that fun stuff up until the time when the NBA is like, hey, it happened with old boy plays for Memphis, Ja Morant. Ja Morant was making stupid decisions, and the NBA was like, these have gotten too stupid.
Yeah.
Like, hear me out. If I'm NBA team, I send a narc to every strip club. I send a narc to every high-end bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, hey, if you see that guy, just record.
Okay, you're targeting James Harden is what you're doing.
That's what I am
doing.
You're
specifically looking for James Harden.
He's a hero now.
Love him. Always loved him.
He is a hero. That's what I would do. Yeah, I would just try to I would what's the phrase, Tyler? Catch him slipping. Did I do that correctly?
That's exactly it.
Yes. Hey, not only are you going to catch him slipping, you're going to be the one that puts dish soap on the slip and slide. Like, that's what this is.
Does that work?
You never did that? You never greased up your slip and slide?
No. We just bought a Costco size jar of lube.
No, you did not. You go and get degreaser Dawn dish soap. You put it on the dealie, and then you.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Another use for Dawn. That's amazing. Cleans your dishes, lubes up your slip and slide, gets oil off of geese.
That's the big one. That's the commercial one.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh man, I really got to decide between which soap to get here. Do I want the one that's good for dishes or the one that's good for geese?
Yeah. So Dawn won't get tempeh off of my cast iron pan, but it will get oil off of a penguin.
What are you doing washing your cast iron? Do you not know anything about seasoning? Like what?
Yeah, that's how bad it was. Had to wash it once.
Oh God!
The one time I re-seasoned it. Give me a break.
Tyler, do me a favor. Run into Studio One and get Van's adult card. Oh, so disgusting.
I'm from the South. We wash our pans and re-season them.
I go. Your pans are just like old like ball jars that you just like heat up over the oven. You know what I'm talking about? The glass ones.
Yes.
You grew up so poor. So incredible.
Are you talking about making methamphetamine? That's it's the only time I've seen someone use a mason jar on a stove.
From the Sports Animal live text, tell everyone the story of Dr. Bordeaux. And do you know that one from the dark Arizona? A lot of these stories we're not going to tell. That's not today's episode.
Okay.
It's just the point of the show. And we'll wrap up our Jokic thoughts whenever we get back. I'm going to turn it into a pro-labor conversation. That's how I live my life on this show. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. OMG. Hot and crisp nacho fries are back at Taco Bell, but they won't be here forever. Yeah, hot and crisp fries covered in bold Mexican spices with a side of nacho cheese sauce are only here for a limited time at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last.
Full traffic right now. Westbound on Paseo, we're seeing more slowdowns. They're going to start around Jefferson. They last until the river. I-25 southbound slowdowns between Osuna and Montgomery. Also dealing with a bit of congestion southbound on Coors at Montano. It's a bad idea to wait until your roof leaks to call for help. Rocky Mountain Roofing protects home and business owners from the damage a leaky roof can cause.
Call on Rocky Mountain, the most trusted name in roofing.
This report is sponsored by Rocky Mountain Roofing. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
I'm Amy Lawrence with the CBS Sports Minute. James Harden needed to put a pair of horrid shooting performances in the rearview mirror. With just 5 total field goals in games 2 and 3, he was seeking some redemption. And after his team blew a double-figure lead, it was Harden to the rescue. The last shot in regulation to force overtime, the game-winning 3 late in the extra period. 42 points in all, and he's back on track. I'm Amy Lawrence.
CBS Sports Radio.
Telling it like it is.
And when I watch the Clippers with all that depth against the Suns without much of a bench, my takeaway is Phoenix needs another guy. They feel like they're a guy short. Remember, they gave away 3 players, all of them important players, to Brooklyn to get Kevin Durant.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Imagine it's the last ride, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are taking you for a ride. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about treating it with Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Sponsored by Avian Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Lasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Injury Lawyers is a leading personal injury law firm in Albuquerque with a history of winning big for clients. The lawyers at GVI Law focus on catastrophic injury cases, including semi-truck wrecks, drunk driving car wrecks, and oil field injuries. They win, and they win big for their clients.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention veterans, active duty military, civilians, and contractors. If you were issued earplugs between 1999 and 2015 and were diagnosed with hearing loss or ringing in the ears, you may be entitled to compensation. The manufacturer of these military earplugs recently paid $9.1 million to resolve claims that their earplugs were defective, potentially exposing service members to damaging sound levels that could have resulted in hearing loss or tinnitus. If you or a loved one were issued earplugs and were diagnosed with tinnitus or hearing loss, don't wait. You fought for this country, and our attorneys want to fight for you. Call 800-789-4407 now for a free legal consultation and to see if you may be eligible to file a claim. Time restrictions may apply, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. So call 800-789-4407 now. Again, 800-789-4407. That's 800-789-4407.
Managing your online presence takes time, effort, and expertise. It can overwhelm even the savviest business owner. So, meet Cumulus Boosts. We're experts at boosting the online presence for businesses of every type. We make sure potential customers can easily find you and really like what they find. Your website, online listings, consumer reviews, and more. Cumulus Boost, online at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Hey, it's A. Marie. Weekends are popping at 377 Brewery with comedy shows, live music, and an amazing Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 377 Brewery on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson is for anyone who loves good beer and fun. Look them up at 377brewery.com.
The Duke City's home for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Oh, yeah.
No, don't make that noise.
Wait, what?
God, I hated that noise just now.
Did I do that out loud? I was just
Was
thinking
that your internal dialogue overwhelming you? Is that what that was?
The song starts off so sexy. I couldn't help myself. Very
Ugh.
sexual song.
Get rid of that
It's
song.
a very sexual show.
No, you can't wear one Andy Warhol print button-up shirt and then come on the show and be like, it's like sexual van show.
It's the best $4 I've ever spent.
What? I know how much money you make. You can't put a Jokic amount of fine on that shirt.
I could have bought 11 Jokic fine shirts. By the way, this bad radio because you can't see what's going on here.
Yeah.
World. But if you're not on the live stream with us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, you got a statue of the T1000 behind you, like a life-size full statue of T1000. What the hell is that big shiny thing behind you?
I am broadcasting from my friend's house in St. Louis, Missouri, as my father lives on top of this bluff with like shoddy internet. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm over at her house, and she is eccentric.
Okay.
Okay. So what she has is she calls it art. A lot of people call it trash. That's the word I was trying to come up with. So what this is she has glued sequins to a model, like a JCPenney, like mannequin.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? And
I don't know if
bad.
this is making more or less sense as you go further.
No, it's bad. It's not healthy. A lot of everything surrounding me right now is too much.
It looks really nice from far away.
Yeah. I'm sure. Hey, I'm sure it's made really well. Like I'm sure the quality is there. But also I stopped doing art projects the last time I put a thread and needle through popcorn.
Okay.
So it's been a while for your boy.
So when you visited home, was your macaroni art still on the fridge? That's the last one you did.
No, it wasn't.
You spell Manfred in macaroni?
No, and my father's just like me. I went to my dad's house. The only thing hanging on his fringe is a bunch of those magnetic clips all holding half-eaten bags of potato chips.
Smart.
Yeah.
Efficient.
And I'm like, oh, Dad, I can have some of these chips? He's like, whatever's left. And then I was like, Dad, I'll open the cheddar ripple ones. And he's like, I mixed them with some Chex Mix. I'm like, deal, Dad. Like, those are for me.
Times are hard up on top of the mountain. You got to combine your snacks.
He goes, he uses the phrase going to town. He lives 10 minutes from a Lowe's. I'm like, Dad, it's not going to town. You just have to drive off a dirt road to a paved road. Like, that is the whole trip.
Hey, sport, you hungry? I'm going to go to Home Depot for a couple glizzies.
He's so weird, dude. He's the weirdest guy in the whole world. Go get a colonoscopy. Get yourself checked out. Oh. My last thought on Jokic. I am pro-labor. We have this talk all the time.
All the time.
All the time. If you get a chance in your job to embarrass your boss and know you're going to get away with it, you take that every time.
Okay.
If it's public and you get a chance to put, and especially like the boss of like the competitor, put that thing on blast. Also, when Jokic becomes a free agent, I don't think that the Suns are going to be making an offer. I don't think that's going to happen.
Everyone will make an offer.
If they have
Everyone with
anything to do
$60
winning.
million to spare will make an offer.
I believe you are correct. Little NFL talk at the top of the hour. The NFL, which has already stolen 1 day a week, 19 weeks a year, has decided to take the most important day in the history of Christianity away from its fans.
Okay. King Charles' coronation?
That's Church of England. Bank of England? They're all the same to me.
Both.
2 men on. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
Don't just buy any Chevrolet Silverado. Buy a Malloy Chevrolet Silverado and get warranty forever. Check it out online at MalloyChevrolet.com. When you think Chevrolet, think Malloy Chevrolet in Los Lunas.
For traffic right now, we are starting to see more slowdowns around town. Westbound Paseo, Jefferson to the river, things moving slow there. Also, southbound on I-25 dealing with some congestion between Osuna and Montgomery. Slowdowns right now southbound on Coors as you approach Montano, and northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central, things moving slow there.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Your ticket to the sleep you need. Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale. Save up to $700 and get a free adjustable base on select mattresses. Plus, you can rest easy knowing you have the 120-night sleep trial to make sure your new bed is perfect.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Andrew Bogish with your Rome Report. For some reason, Anthony Davis cannot put together back-to-back high-scoring games for the Lakers this postseason. 9 games in, he has alternated between 5 games of 20-plus points and 4 of 16 or fewer. This round against the Warriors, he's gone from that 30-point, 23-board masterpiece in Game 1 to 11-7, and then back to 25-13 on Saturday night. Despite the ups and downs, the Lakers have already knocked off the Grizzlies and are halfway done with the Warriors. Davis remains healthy, thankfully, in the midst of his longest stretch of consecutive games played this season. But since he seems to be healthy, it seems fair to ask for a little more consistency in that points column. He's too good to be this much of an unknown. If he breaks the trend tonight, though, the Lakers could have 1 foot in the conference finals. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Weekends at the Downs has your favorite games, live music, great dining, and with 30 screens, your game's on. Watch and wager on simulcast racing, including the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness. And be sure to check out the flea market and other Expo New Mexico events, only at Casino at the Downs. The Crown Room, a 4-time Best of the City winner inside Casino at the Downs, invites you to celebrate Mother's Day in fine dining elegance. Enjoy a unique Mother's Day menu Sunday, May 14th from 1 to 7 p.m. for only $45. Visit OpenTable.com for reservations.
Blake's Lottaburger has been a New Mexico favorite since 1952. They use the best ingredients like their very own Hatch green chili and fresh premium beef patties. And they cook your food fresh when you order it. Blake's Lottaburger, the first there was, the best there is.
For years, Ben Lucero of Indigo Mortgage has urged you to shop around when you need a home loan. I'm Scott Stigler. Internet lenders are notorious for hidden fees and bad loans. Get an offer from Indigo Mortgage and compare. Call 836-5700 or go to indigomortgage.net. NMLS 188348.
Ladies, fall in.
What's up, Coach?
You can't play soccer in sweatpants and dresses.
Don't you think we know that? If we had real team uniforms, we wouldn't embarrass you like this.
Point taken. I'll make a call.
Time for real team uniforms and professional office apparel. Graphic Connection has great designs, years of experience, and over 300,000 products.
Coach, these new uniforms are awesome!
Right? Told you I'd take care of it.
Graphic Connection.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The Sports Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
I know we're talking sports because this is a sports show. But if you were to ask me to write lyrics to terrible West country and Western riffs like that, I think I'd have a really good time with that. I think that'd be a good bit for me.
We could kind of just describe our lives, but make it more Southern.
I don't hate that at all. You remember a couple of years ago when the Washington, welcome back to the program. I'm sorry. 2 Men On 95.9 FM AM 610, the Sports Animal. Hope you enjoyed your day at work. If you're getting off your day at work, thank you for giving us a little bit of time, at least on your drive, your commute, and otherwise. Also, tell your friends Fred's back. He had that week off. Van had a week off before that. We've been out of this together for a while now. It's been a couple weeks.
That's crazy, man.
I liked it.
Okay, fine. Hey, and when you get back, I'm straight away leaving to Denver, so it's going to be a couple more weeks of this too.
So I gotta go. What's up? Your kid graduating? What's up?
In a way, sure.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Everyone's so old.
Graduating to adulthood as I am old and she is 21.
Cool. I guess I'll just get invited to her next 21st birthday party.
Yep.
I guess. It's wild.
You want to go to some hipster concerts with us? We're going to Future Islands and Cali Uchis.
Do you remember whenever at your birthday party where Tyler Lovely did a roast of you that you told him he wasn't allowed to talk to your daughter? Do you remember that?
Oh, did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
You probably said that.
I thought I just implied.
Nope. No, you said it directly. You said, do not glance at or make eye contact with. That's what you said.
I mean, it's not because he's not like intelligent enough or good looking enough. It's just
no one
series of poor decisions that have led to the person that he is right now. That's all.
Don't worry, you raised her right. She did not look my direction. So.
The Washington Guardians, this is a fun one. So the Washington Guardians, if you remember, traded for Carson Wentz 2 years ago in like the worst thing ever or whatever.
Pretty bad.
So whenever they traded for Carson Wentz from the Indianapolis Colts, they said to the Indianapolis Colts, hey, what's up with that Andrew Luck, though? Is he still thinking about playing the game or whatever?
So dumb.
And they were like, no, he's not thinking about playing the game. He is done playing. We currently have Carson Wentz. Like, would you like one Carson Wentz? And they were like, if we have to. And then to me, this one felt like a good old boys thing where the Washington Guardians knew they were going to be booty anyways. What were they? 2-15? I have no idea what they were. Whenever they were like, hey, we'll take that salary. We'll take that problem. Good luck with Matt Ryan. Like, the Colts should owe the Guardians one. Apparently, the Washington Guardians called Andrew Luck just the other day, Van. They didn't even call the Colts this time, who's still on his rights. They called Andrew Luck directly, #tampering. The Indianapolis Colts, who should be cool about this, are not being cool. And it looks like the Washington Guardians, who are still under their crap leadership because they haven't got this new leadership yet, are still doing dumb stuff and making dumb decisions.
Is it the old camp? Because I think it's the new camp. Didn't Dan Snyder already cash that check? Like, doesn't he have this money already? What is it about having anything to do with the Commanders franchise that makes you a giant pile of garbage? Like, the new Commanders have been on the job for a friggin' week, and their first job, their first task is a tampering violation with Andrew Luck, who has a glandular problem anyway and shouldn't be playing football.
All right, hold up.
What?
You're absolutely right. They have officially been in capacity for 1 week.
Yes. The first thing to do is commit a crime. What is it about being part of the Commanders organization that basically turns you into Gollum and like it's just one crappy franchise to rule them all? Like, the second you become a commander, you turn into the heel. Immediately, you're the bad guy committing crimes.
Andrew Luck is also looking awful Jake Plummer right now.
Yes.
Like, he's not in football playing shape. Like, do you know what it takes to play professional football? A dedication that none of us have to our professions or any aspect of our life, including loved ones. Andrew Luck don't have it. He don't want it.
Because of his face, you don't realize it, but Andrew Luck was jacked.
Yeah, super jacked.
He was a Greek statue of a human being.
He was like Greek statues were made after him.
Correct. Yeah.
So beautiful.
But now he's like a shell of himself. He's retired. He left for a reason. He wants to live the rest of his life in peace without CTE and every joint in his body creaking. He was smart enough to see that coming and get out. And now, of all teams, the Commanders. You think you're going to get Andrew Luck out of retirement, you dumpster fire losers? Are you serious?
If the Washington Guardians have to give their first-round draft pick to the Colts.
So funny. Just so funny.
All right, hear me out. They have to give it over. Then the Colts then the Washington Guardians win 0 games. So the Colts have the first overall draft pick, and then they take Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, my God. I love that so much.
And then, because they won't be any better in 2024 because of that, they really struggle in 2025. And then they tank for 2026. They draft Archie Manning.
Smart. I love all of it.
So then
yeah,
you have a Manning to Harrison, which historically has worked out really well for the franchise before.
Yep.
This is the plan of all plans.
Or now hear me out.
Yeah.
You get a little collusion. You take a page from the Commanders. You get Archie Manning to suck in college. His draft stock plummets, but you know he's a franchise quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You steal him sometime around when Tom Brady got drafted, and then boom, there you go again.
I'm like an interesting in-between in Archie Manning because he's obviously like the reincarnation of Peyton Manning. He's obviously that, right? So as he is that, why even play college football? Like, why don't you just only do the stuff to get ready for the NFL over the next 3 years? Why do you not only do camps, only lift, only get your body? I guess you need the live reps. I guess that means something. But I'm over here saying he can go straight from high school to the NFL with like the proper money investment and coaching. Does that exist at the University of Texas? Maybe, probably, but they're not producing quarterbacks historically ever, and currently not right now.
I mean, it's significantly better in Texas right now. Texas Longhorn fan, congratulations. You're on the way up. You got a better coach. You're getting better recruits.
I do this bit every 10 years.
They got all the oil money. Oh, my God. Just wait for the rise of Texas. It'll happen.
You know who's really rising is UTEP. UTEP is super on the rise from what you exactly just said. Like all of those all those West Texas like colleges and stuff, they're all set up for super success now.
Right.
It's a different playing field down there with that money. I read a thing the other day that the Eagles of North Texas or whatever, brand new facility for football stuff, brand new weight room, brand new everything. Like all of these schools, like all of college sports, hear me out. All of college sports across all 50 states should only be played in Texas.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like the big difference is for UTEP's rise is, Austin and Houston and all these got West Texas got all that oil money, and then UTEP has money laundering cocaine money.
Oh, cartel.
Yeah, cartel money. Run it through the university, get it out on the back end. You know what I'm saying?
There's roughly like 2.5 million people in the El Paso area, including Juarez. I feel like you can find the money to make some stuff work. And that's how weird Texas has got recently too. Like that San Antonio Austin connection, that's all one city now. That's not like multiple cities. Like if Austin were to be like, hey, we don't just have Austin, we have the University of Texas too. And it's just down the road. Like, because they can afford to do that as well. Put all college sports in, or forget it. Start a feeder league of super young dudes, like a professional feeder league, like right out of high school, straight into this feeder league. God, you would get buried though by the NFL. Like they would figure out a way to make sure no one saw you or that thing didn't exist, or that they wouldn't allow like ESPN to report on you. Like it would be a whole deal.
Or why not just go to the XFL or USFL?
Right out of high school?
Yeah, sure. If the XFL could get a Manning a last name Manning,
Yeah,
they
I
would
agree.
change. They would change all the rules to accommodate a 19-year-old.
I have no idea what the current rules are.
Because we don't care.
There is that.
Yeah.
There's
Shout out to The Rock, though. You're cool.
the actor, The Rock.
Yes, correct. The owner of the XFL.
The WWE superstar, The Rock.
Yeah. You didn't know he owns the XFL? Your boy? You didn't know your boy owned the XFL?
I mean, I know he owns it, but does he own it?
Like, does Magic Johnson own the Commanders like that much? Is that what we're talking about?
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. So he does own it then, because Magic Johnson owns the Washington Guardians.
And the Dodgers. And the Lakers.
What if the Washington Guardians were like, hey, Andrew Luck, come out of retirement, come back to play. And then because of the way rules work, he has to be a Colt.
Yeah, no, seriously.
What is the
He's
point
still
of
under
this plan?
contract with the Colts. The Colts still got the rights. That's why it's tampering. If they ripped up his contract and said, you're free, go be a little unicorn, you weirdo. It's like he could sign with anyone, but he's still under contract with the Colts.
That's wild.
That's wild.
When we get back, the NFL is taking over this show as they have just what they did, Van.
Okay.
Is the NFL, they took their hand. Like if friend of the show right now were to lift their hand and they were looking at the palm of their hand, the NFL took the palm of their own hand and slapped it across the face of the NBA. And I'll tell you why I am outraged, my man.
Okay, let's go.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report brought to you by Sandia Area Federal Credit Union.
Turn your home's value into cash you can use for, well, anything. Pay off debts or improve your home. Apply at sandia.org today. An equal housing lender.
Well, traffic right now, we are starting to see more slowdowns around town. Westbound Paseo, Jefferson to the river, things moving slow there. Also, southbound on I-25 dealing with some congestion between Osuna and Montgomery. Slowdowns right now, southbound on Coors as you approach Montano, and northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central, things moving slow there. Clark's Pet Emporium has always been your furry pet's favorite stop. Clark's also has the largest selection of fish, reptiles, small animals, plus everything you need to get set up. New Mexico's own Clark's Pet Emporium on Lomas, west of San Mateo, Manaw at Juan Tabo, and at clarkspets.com. This report is sponsored by Clark's Pet Emporium. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Win tickets to 50 Cent
Go shorty,
at his Letter Amphitheater on August 27th.
I don't know what you heard about me.
Listen to the opening drive all this week for your chance to win. 50 Cent with special guest Busta Rhymes.
You people had enough? Give me some more. You people want the wild hit? Give me some more.
And text Club for an additional chance to win.
Find me in the club,
From 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Without the ones like you who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Great, it's yours.
See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming in end-of-year party bookings.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm going to need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
What does it mean to be a good neighbor? It means rising up and being there for each other. For State Farm, it also means helping our customers because you are our neighbors. State Farm agent Art Sandoval wants you to know he's ready to help. To any State Farm customer facing financial burdens, call your State Farm agent. After all, now more than ever, being a good neighbor means everything. Art Sandoval, 338-0300. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Tyler, this sucks.
Is this your choice,
We're
Tyler?
just gonna let that one bleed, I guess. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it.
You know we're about to talk about Christmas right now. Like, you could have gone with an entire Christmas catalog. No, okay, just yep, it's still there. Still there.
Yeah, these lyrics speak to me, Fred.
There is one thing in this country, Van.
There's only one thing?
There's one thing in this country that owns a day of the week, okay?
Okay.
That's the NFL. The NFL owns Sundays.
Sure.
For some reason, it's leaked into Mondays. For some reason, it's leaked into Thursdays. A couple weeks out of the year, it leaks into Saturdays. But it owns Sunday. It owns... What time does football start in the mountain? 10 a.m.? 11. It starts at 11.
11.
Right? So 11 mountain, all the way up to 9 mountain, there's football all day. People stop their lives for this thing. What are the exceptions to that, Van? None.
Sorry, church.
Oh, hey, church? You go to the early service.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife's making you go? Your husband's making you go? For some reason, the kids are claiming you need to go. That's also always a manipulation from grandma. Don't act like that's their own thing.
We would go to church on Wednesdays, but that's when I got to do my fantasy football waiver wire requests.
Yeah, of course that.
Sorry, JC.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
That's when I play my men's league softball team with all my buddies that I watch football with on Sundays.
Yeah.
So the NFL.
JC, you know how important football is. When they score a touchdown, they all point at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing they do when they get a chance to talk about it on the microphone is they thank you.
They thank you immediately.
They thank you immediately. They say you're the best.
The first thing they say.
Yeah, they say thank you.
Way before they thank Gatorade, the fine people at Gatorade.
Yeah. Who actually helped.
Yeah.
So the NBA was like, we're already fighting with Jesus, I guess. So then they said, well, we want to fight with the NBA. So we work in sports radio. We don't talk about the NBA until Christmas. Everyone knows that.
Sure.
The NBA, there's too much going on. Baseball playoffs are wrapping up in October. You're working into the holidays. You're working into the football season. NBA is on Christmas. If you have to work the day after Christmas, you talk NBA. If you have to work all the way up through, you talk NBA. The NFL, which, by the way, Christmas was on a Sunday last year. Is that right? Did I do that wrong or right? It was on a Tuesday. Doesn't matter. It's on a Monday this upcoming year. And the NFL says, regardless of whatever else is going on, including NBA basketball, the NFL is planning to hold its first Monday triple header in league history on Christmas Day, Van. A triple header. So now they have Thanksgiving and Christmas on lock.
Congratulations.
No, what?
Congratulations, NFL. You did it. You ran JC out of our country. One season at a time.
Jamal Charles?
Yes. I don't get it. What, can't you give the NBA one day? Like
give them one.
One day.
Play nice.
Now the NFL draft is a 3-month process, and then we got the whole preseason. 120,000 people are showing up to watch a preseason game. I mean, this is getting insane. You made us take on an extra week. Now we got 17 games. Then we added another round to the playoffs.
But it's
now
good for the fans, Van.
The playoffs takes another 3 months.
Let
me enjoy baseball.
Man, they told Kansas City fans, hey, we got an extra game. You can play it. And then they said, we're going to put it in Germany.
Yeah.
You don't even get to watch it from home.
And now the Chiefs are boycotting going to Germany.
Duh, so would I. There's a war. There's a war going on. Like, there's a war. Yeah. I don't want to go to Munich. It's near a war.
It's the war on the gridiron, Fred. That's the one that's most important.
The war on the gridiron is not a real war. There is an actual war.
Instead of lying and saying we don't want to go play football next to a war, they should say what they're really thinking. We don't want to go. We're the world champions. You make the losers go play in Europe. We're the world champs. We're the Chiefs, bro. We got Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Don't make these guys go to Germany, eat schnitzel. They're going to be sick for a week. They're going to have to take 2 weeks off. Sauerkraut? They're going to eat sauerkraut for a week? Are you kidding me?
You remember from last year at New Mexico Highlands University, my good friend Sammy Barnes-Tompkins. Sammy Barnes-Tompkins, yeah, stud basketball player, absolute dude. He plays for Polonia right now, which is over in the Poland, whatever over there. Do you know what I'm talking about? Whatever. So he's in Poland.
Are you asking me if I've heard of the country of Poland? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have. Familiar.
So he's in Warsaw. Like the only city that you could probably name in Poland, he is in, right?
That's a nice one.
Yeah. So I'm talking to him the other day, and I'm like, hey, how is, like Poland or whatever? How is it like over in England doing that thing? And he's like, oh, it's really great. He was like, a thing that I didn't like, that I really underestimated was the amount of refugees. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. He's like, and here's the thing about refugees, like coming over from like the Ukraine, they don't have anything. They're refugees.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, if I try to walk from my place to like work, which is where he plays professional basketball, he's like, there's the streets of Warsaw are full with refugees, and they're just people who need help.
Sure.
He's the nicest guy in the world. Like, he's like, yeah, like he just wants to. That's what the NFL doesn't. You don't expose your players to this. Like, unless you plan on putting them in like a bubble and hiding them from the experience of Germany, then what is even the point of going to Germany? Play this one at home. Wait until there's less war.
Yeah. A lot of people underestimate the number of refugees. They think it's just Lauryn Hill and Wyclef. They forget about Praz.
One time.
Like, the Chiefs should get the pick there. They're the world champs. They got the best football player on the planet on their team. If they don't want to go to Germany, they shouldn't go to Germany. Give it to the Jaguars again. Let the Jaguars go to London and Germany and Poland and Spain. Let them just go the Jaguars can just go on a whole European tour, play a new place every week. They could travel Europe like the friggin' Rolling Stones. Just go everywhere. Have your own personal NFL Europe.
I'm also into the idea of you can play games in England, because I saw the budget for this like king coronation thing. Is that what it's called? A coronation?
Don't care.
It was $125 million to put on this party, Van.
Yeah, we're just talking about refugees. You know what they want? Some of that stupid coronation money.
Yeah. I mean,
send some of that coronation money to Warsaw.
to help the refugees.
Yes.
Also, I need
Not
to talk
buy
to
a
you.
new stupid hat. What is it about people who don't matter that wear stupid hats?
Oh,
Why
that's
is
like
it-
a thing.
Why is it the bigger and dumber your hat is, the more worthless of a job you have? Chefs not included.
What is the biggest, dumbest hat?
The Pope.
I mean, it's up there.
I don't need a guy to talk to God for me. I'll just talk to God. I don't need a dude with a pointy hat and a robe. Get out of here. It's dumb.
You remember in the 80s, there was the guy that would go to golf tournaments and wear the rainbow wig and hold up the John 3:16 sign?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was
see?
that was the first thing I went to. That guy was wild.
Got attention. It worked. Here we are talking about him.
But it's not an important job. That's the part I'm trying to get to. I feel like anyone could just wear a dumb hat.
Yes,
Elmer Fudd.
And they do.
3 games on Christmas is too many. Families are going to fight. You're going to skip dinner. There's literally going to be someone, like some nutso, like friend of the show who listens to this show, a nutso Dallas Cowboy fan that's like, I'm not going to Auntie's, because that's New Mexico talk. I'm not going to Auntie's for Christmas lunch because the Cowboys play at 3 Mountain, but I will go to breakfast or I will go to dinner. And like people are gonna be like, are you trying to budget Christmas family time? Like, I get skipping the NBA and watching like the highlights on SportsCenter later. If you're legit skipping opening presents with your auntie because you need to see Dak Prescott make his 39th start in a row or whatever it is, what?
The only gifts that the Cowboys will give you will be the gifts of interceptions.
Look,
there's
29 interceptions the last 33 starts.
There's one day a year where you're forced to act like you love your family. The Cowboys are trying to help you. They're distracting you for 3.5, 4 hours. You don't have to pay attention to your little nephew who's chewing on the wall or whatever, doing something weird. You know, he's a little paint chip baby. And then you don't got to listen to your racist uncle because, you know, you could zone out for 4 hours while the Cowboys are on. And then you could have a nice dinner and then take a nap and then boom, day's over. The NFL's trying to help you.
2006 and 2017, I think those are the years the NFL played Monday football on Christmas. They only played 2 games. I cannot think for a reason at all that you have to add the 3rd game. All you're going to do is create painful Christmas memories for everyone involved.
It's the 3 big 3-letter stations. FOX, CBS, NBC. They all got to have one. And they're going to Biggie and Tupac it if they don't.
You earlier mentioned Baby Braylon, or what was the name you said?
Whatever, close enough.
Yeah. You earlier mentioned Baby Braylon, who's going to be sitting in his bedroom playing with his new Hot Wheels toys or whatever. And his father is going to be in the den. Den is probably too classy for this scenario that I'm drawing up here.
It is, very much so.
He's going to be sitting in the front room. And in the front room, he's going to be watching.
Is that
like
is that Midwest for a living room?
It's not quite as nice as the living room. It's the front room, man. And his 3-team parlay is going to be going down the drain as the Denver Broncos aren't covering the spread the way that he thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be screaming about green bean casserole or whatever weird Southwest food Southwesterners eat at Christmas.
Delicious food is what you're referring to.
I think every Southwesterner eats.
Janice, pour me another eggnog. Russell
Yes.
Wilson threw another pick.
That is what it is. And you're going to traumatize children.
That's enough, Eddie. You've had 4 eggnogs already. Damn it, Janice. When I said I want an eggnog, give me an eggnog.
Eggnog that off talking to me like that, Janice. That's what it'll end up being.
Edward, there's children around. I told you not to drink and watch your footballs.
Roger Goodell, Adam Silver, put them in a room together and watch Roger Goodell just beat the crap out of Adam Silver.
Oh, the ratings aren't enough?
That's what they should put on Christmas Day.
He's beating his ass with ratings. You just might as well beat his ass with his fists, too.
It's the only thing in the country people watch. People do not watch TV anymore. Murder, She Wrote used to get 30 million views an episode in the 80s. TV is not what it used to be. Except for the NFL.
The season finale of The Mandalorian got beat by the NFL average by 10 million viewers.
Yes.
The biggest TV show in the world got beat by 10 million viewers. That's how big the NFL is.
The biggest debut this year was that Succession show on HBO. And then it debuted to 3.5 million. An average NFL game is 10 million more than that.
17 million people watch the NFL. On average, not even the big ones. This is the average number.
From the Sports Animal live chat on our live stream, Facebook.com/TalkABQ, YouTube.com/TalkABQ. From the Sports Animal live chat, I will obviously be watching Monday Night Raw on Christmas. That is the correct answer. Thank you, friend of the show.
Not me.
Joel. You go. Not me.
Not going to do that. Not for me. It's not for me. I'd rather watch Uncle Eddie throw a glass of eggnog through the window.
You were so very right about James Harden the whole time.
Duh.
And I give Van his flowers whenever we get back. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Finding a great hire can be a challenge. That's why there's Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, traffic right now, we are dealing with slowdowns westbound on I-40. Those are going to start right around the interchange, and they're going to last until quarters. Watch yourself going through there. Still seeing just a little bit of a slowdown southbound on I-25 as you approach Montgomery. Westbound Paseo, things moving slow there from Jefferson to the river. And seeing some congestion southbound on Coors at Montano.
This report is brought to you by Blake's Lottaburger. Blake's Lottaburger has been a New Mexico favorite since 1952. They use the best ingredients like their very own Hatch green chili and fresh premium beef patties. And they cook your food fresh when you order it. Blake's Lottaburger, the first there was, the best there is.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
I'm Erin Hawksworth here to help you beat the books with BetQL. The BetQL model is looking to the over at Wrigley Field tonight for Cardinals Cubs. The Cardinals offense is averaging 6 runs per game over their last 5, and starter Miles Michaelis has struggled this year. So the BetQL model has over 7 for Cardinals Cubs as a 5-star best bet. I'm Erin Hawksworth. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
Hey, Mark, remember, getting help from Progressive is so easy. You can use the mobile app, chat with us online, or call us.
And you pick now to tell me.
I couldn't miss Little Grace's ballet recital. Oh, thanks for inviting me, by the way.
Did I?
Because you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I can use the mobile app if I need help. Sorry, you're in my wife's seat, though?
Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. Tell Grace she nailed her chassé.
Get the help you need from Progressive with our mobile app, online chat, or over the phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
A lot of new enrollments, huh? Braylon, Brayden.
Monique's daycare is crawling with new arrivals.
Hey, sweetie, are you hungry?
She needs more early childhood educators.
Did your sock slip off again?
And a nap.
Hey there, little guy. Okay. Shh. Whoa.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
People's Flowers for Mother's Day. Flowers make the perfect gift for that special mom in town or out of town. People's Flowers will make an arrangement she will enjoy for days. People's Flowers is the best choice you can make when sending flowers to your mom. People's Flowers delivers locally or around the world. Call today and order your Mother's Day arrangement. She will love you forever. Stop into any of People's Flowers 4 locations or shop online at peoplesflowers.com. Shop today. Flowers say it all. Peoples make the difference.
Quote based on healthy, non-smoking 30-year-old female with a 20-year term policy. Rates may vary. Eligible policies and estate planning tools can vary by state.
It's a busy life. You have enough to worry about. So here's a great way to check life insurance off your list. It's called Ethos. With the thought of medical exams, forms to fill out, and the cost, it's easy to see why life insurance can fall to the bottom of your to-do list. But at Ethos Life, we've got your back. For about $1 a day, you could get $250,000 in term life insurance without a medical exam. Just go online, answer a few health questions, and snap! Family protected. You could get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and be covered in hours. No medical exams, no blood tests, no hassle. Right now, with your purchase of an eligible policy from Ethos, you'll get something else important to your family. Tools to create a legal will. A $449 value, yours free. Ethos, the 100% online, hassle-free way to get affordable life insurance. Get your free online quote now at ethoslife.com. That's ETHOS life.com.
Okay, we have to stop debating and decide on a place for dinner tonight.
Someone at work said Fogo de Chao was great.
Fogo de what?
Fogo de Chao.
I think you mean Fogo de Chone.
No, it's Chao. C-H-A-O.
Well, you have the spelling right, but it's shown.
Chao.
It's shown.
Chao. Fogo de Chao.
It's shown.
No matter how you say the name, there is no better dining experience than Fogo de
Chao.
It's shown.
You'll love the unique and immersive dining experience at Fogo de Chão. Their culinary team uses traditional Brazilian cooking methods. Slow cooking brings out the meat's natural flavors for an outstanding meal every time. Pair it with award-winning cocktails and wines. Visit the world-class market table and you'll have an unforgettable experience. Drop by on Tuesdays at Fogo de Chão and kick off your lunch or dinner with a free primetime appetizer with the purchase of their unique Brazilian cocktail, the caipirinha. Experience the art of churrasco at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão, a culinary experience you'll never forget.
Are you amped?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, bro. The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
I got a text here, boys. Friend of the show, Steven, 505-246-0610, Sports Animal Hotline. Esports draws more viewers than the Super Bowl. And it's expected to get even bigger.
I believe that.
So he's talking specifically about this League of Legends event from like a couple years ago. And League of Legends, this is not real sports. Like this is like video game sports, but it's this like, I don't know, clicker game or whatever. You just click a lot of buttons. So anyways, it was in St. Louis, Missouri. And I know how big it was because my brother was doing some like commentary stuff with it, right? My brother was literally working with the production. The thing about this is it's all worldwide. So like these video games, you can get 100 million people worldwide, which is incredibly impressive. I'm not going to say it's not.
Mm-hmm.
To get 13 or what's a fun easy number? 20 million in the NFL. To get 20 million in the NFL, you're only shooting at like an audience of 350 million people.
Yeah.
Like that's a bigger percent of 100 million people of the whole world. Now I get it. I'm throwing a real loose defensive case here, but I will be the first one to admit that this nerd culture video game stuff is on the come up. It's on the rise. It's in the right direction. It will not be stopped. It is a tidal wave of excitement for people that I don't necessarily identify with or understand, but I feel like a lot of people feel that way when I talk about like pro wrestling or whatever. You know, it's just different product for a different audience. 100 million people, 100 million unique viewers online watching dudes play video games. Crazy, right?
I mean, it's the future.
It's the future.
I mean, we grew up with Nintendo. You're a little bit younger than me. You probably grew up with Super Nintendo.
I had both.
But, I mean, it goes PlayStation, Xbox. Like everyone from our generation grew up with video games.
Right.
And then so the internet came, took over the world, and now the next generation after us grew up with video games and the internet. So what's going to happen to the next generation? Is it going to be video games and internet and AI and the immersive package and the metaverse and the whatever. But the esports and video games are just going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger each generation.
If there's a way to make it to where I'm also in, I think I would be into that. You know what kind of did that was super lame curling. Curling was stupid and lame and sucked, right? And then like all these NFL players started to get into it and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm like in again. Because to me, it felt like the wide world of sports where they used to make athletes do like weird sports. To me, if you could find that twist on it where you get everyday fan, sure, I would come in. But I don't think, similar to the way that like I really struggle with UFC, I don't think I would get like the complexities of the sport. I don't think I would understand like click rates and stuff. I'm just making up phrasing or things I think I've heard. I don't really know what that stuff is. But like I wouldn't, unless you're playing Halo from 2003, I don't think I would understand it.
Sure. Yeah. Unless you're playing Tekken 3 on PlayStation, you'll lose me real fast.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you would find varying degrees of people who enjoy it, right? So like if like let's use Tyler for an example. If we're watching it with Tyler's like, hey, he's got to do this approach in a video game and double jump or do whatever. I'm like, I don't even understand your language. It's like whenever you watch UFC with a guy who really loves UFC. Like, and all I can talk about is wrist locks. And he's over here like talking about complexities and Pythagorean theorems and stuff. And I'm like, you lost me. You super lost me in this triangle toe hold or whatever.
Here, let me just pause my game because I really want to be involved in this conversation.
Okay.
Let me just put this on pause and then but for real, I think the gaming thing is taken a little bit too over. I'm kind of with Fred on this one. I don't think it's like a representation of anything, really. You know what I mean? Like at least with sports, you're representing some kind of regional something. You know what I mean? There's some tie to it. I think this is just kind of chaos.
I mean, you mentioned it as chaos. I think there'll be more and more order in it as time goes on. Like each big city or each big e-sports network or whatever, e-sports team or franchise, whatever the hell it's called, is going to be from each region, and these regions battle each other, and they have their own home court advantages, and you got your own gaming pit or whatever, and tons of people show up to watch the live event. But Fred, I mean, to piggyback on what you said earlier, like you don't know a lot about the terminology from UFC, UFC, or like for esports, like you wouldn't know the terminology. But think about the average NFL fan too. Like, do they know the difference between cover 1 and cover 2 defenses? Do they know like a Mike? Yeah, a Mike and a Will linebackers, different roles and what they do, like zone blocking. Does a casual NFL fan know all of this stuff? No, they don't. Just like you don't know the Peruvian lampshade submission in the UFC or whatever hell they call it.
I know that one in the bedroom, right?
Hey-o. Page 137 of the Kama Sutra.
You know about that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, casual fan is just going to want to be entertained. And as far as like watching something on television, NFL is kind of peak sports entertainment right now, and it's hard to beat. And they can pull in casual fan and gambling fan and female fan and international fan and fantasy sports fan and just coagulate all of these people together and put up insane numbers.
Well, and also like how little could I possibly know here? Because maybe if I sit down to watch the Madden tournament of the world or whatever, would I fall in love with that? Like, is it put together in such a way to where it's produced as well as like WWE's produced or NFL or whatever? Strong possibility, like absolute strong possibility. I might love it. We wrap up the hour. Whenever we get back, obviously we're going to do that with the NFL. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You do anything to keep your vehicle happy. Let's make sure it stays running smoothly. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, the right parts are just a click away. When you see the green check, you know that part will fit. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
For traffic right now, things looking a whole lot better here in the metro. Still dealing with some slowdowns though, westbound on I-40. Those are going to start around 2nd Street that last until Rio Grande. Also westbound on Paseo between Jefferson and Coors. Things moving slow there. A little bit of congestion still southbound on Coors at Montano. Watch out for that.
This message brought to you by Sandia Golf Club.
Our state's best golf course, voted on by golfers, is Sandia Golf Club. Committed to providing the best experience and best conditions to golfers of all levels. There's nothing like it. Visit sandiagolf.com for the best available rates and to book your tee time today. We'll see you on the tee.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with a CBS Sports Minute. We're watching NBA history in these playoffs, not LeBron or Steph Curry, but Devin Booker. The Suns superstar has been unstoppable in the last 2 games, scoring 83 points on nearly 80% shooting. As for the playoffs as a whole, Booker shooting over 60% from the floor, including over 50% from 3. Of course, life is easier playing with Kevin Durant, but Booker's run can't be ignored. I'm Maggie Gray.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Steph went historic for you last night. He went for 50. You know what nobody in the history of the game has ever done before? Gone for 50 in Game 7 of a playoff series. Not LeBron, not Michael, not Magic, not Bird. And I don't know that I think he should be in the LeBron-Michael talk. Is he in the Kobe conversation? He's got to be, right? He's one of the best players we've ever seen, period.
Start your morning weekdays at 7 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Great, it's yours. See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming in end-of-year party bookings.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm going to need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Casino at the Downs hosts Winning Wheels Monday through Friday, noon to 10 p.m. 3 winners every 2 hours. Each win up to $1,000 cash. Enjoy random promos daily in our Downs Derby weekends. Only at Casino at the Downs, Louisiana and Central. Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino is hiring, and some positions include a cash bonus. We're looking for great people to work in a fun entertainment environment for security, surveillance, and many more. Join the winning team. Visit abqdowns.com/careers for listings.
Summertime is coming quickly. Travel time, road trip time. Call on the Spot Automotive Detailing and be ready. It's Jeff Symbieta. Before the kids are out of school, before you start those summer trips, get your vehicle ready. On the Spot will come to you and detail your car when and where it's convenient for you. Your ride will look, feel, and smell brand new, ready for those family vacations. Ask them about a fresh coat of wax or ceramic coating for extra protection. Schedule now, 505-859-2859 or online at otsdetailing.com.
When your business information is missing or inconsistent across the internet, search engines won't find you, and customers won't either. Help ensure customers see you and not your competitors. Boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Glasheen, Baez, and Inderman Injury Lawyers is a leading personal injury law firm in Albuquerque with a history of winning big for clients. The lawyers at GBI Law focus on catastrophic injury cases, including semi-truck wrecks, drunk driving car wrecks, and oil field injuries. They win, and they win big for their clients.
Ladies, fall in.
What's up, Coach?
You can't play soccer in sweatpants and dresses.
Don't you think we know that? If we had real team uniforms, we wouldn't embarrass you like this.
Point taken. I'll make a call.
Time for real team uniforms and professional office apparel. Graphic Connection has great designs, years of experience, and over 300,000 products.
Coach, these new uniforms are awesome!
Right? Told you I'd take care of it.
Graphic Connection.
The Duke City's home for sports.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's a yes.
This is 95.9 FM and AM 610.
The Sports Animal. It's time to rock it, yo, the party don't stop. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock it, yo, we take it to the top. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. We go hard in the block. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. Yeah.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. You listen to 2 Men on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. We love our friends and partners in the community. You know, OG friends like John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy. Anything for your real estate needs, make sure you reach out to John Lopez. Another OG sponsor, I9 Sports. You got a kiddo in the community, wants to learn something about a sport, is curious about just about anything, that they can take care of you and keep you knowledgeable and safe out in the community. You know, the boys always get a burger and a shake at the 66 Diner. The weekend, that's for Teller Vodka, New Mexico's vodka. Don't miss any New Mexico United away watch party. Goes down at Hollow Spirits. Great giveaways. We're giving away bottles of booze. We give away some gift certificates. We give away entrances into a bartending class or a whiskey and cigar night. It is the dopest event in the soccer world, and it goes down every away match at Hollow Spirits. And don't miss out on Throwing Thursdays at ABQX. Every other Thursday, the boys will be doing the show live from ABQX. We give you $7.50 off per lane, per hour. It's a deal. It's a steal. Do not miss it. And the Thursdays, Tyler, I don't mind telling you, the Thursdays that we're not at ABQX, we're downtown at Red Door Brewing, getting loose. I know that's one of your favorite joints, isn't it?
I live at Red Door, to be honest. I think I got an apartment there somewhere. I don't know.
You got a cot in the back?
I'm saying, man, I am at Red Door too much. It's a good spot, man. I like that you guys are alternating the axe throwing and Red Door.
You know, I can't be downtown every Thursday. I got some beef with some people down there. Just kidding, by the way. That does not happen at all whatsoever.
Comes into play, though. Yes. You can be safe downtown if you got the axe skill, you know?
Yeah, I think downtown bars frown on traveling with axes there. But if I needed to, I could, because the lovely people at ABQ Axe, they give you lessons every time you go. It's not like you're just out there willy-nilly just throwing it with no expertise or experience whatsoever. They will teach you how to do it. With my own eyes, I saw somebody who's never thrown an axe before, and this is last Thursday at ABQ Axe. It took them like less than 10 minutes to learn how to throw an axe and start sticking it in the wood.
See, I'll throw an X. I don't know about an axe, though. You guys got to teach me.
Well, please don't throw axes at X's. Do all of your axes live in taxes? Wait, what? That was dumb.
We'll just pretend that we didn't say that one.
I mean, hey, follow us around everywhere we go this summer. We go out in the community. We have so much fun, and it's all for a good cause. Because, you know, we support places like the YMCA, and throughout the history of this program, you know, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation and Locker 505 and Make-A-Wish and, you know, whoever else we can help. You know, we have a microphone for you. You know, friends of the show, you got something going on in the community and you'd love our help, reach out to us at Talk ABQ on Instagram. You could search at Talk ABQ or 2 Men On. Don't be shy. Slide into our DMs. I pinky swear, friends of the show, I pinky swear, Albuquerque, that I will start being more prolific. We do a lot of cool stuff in the community, and not all of it makes it onto the interwebs. So I promise we'll get more of that online for you. But seriously, you got a nonprofit, you got something going on in the Albuquerque community that we can help, that we can give a positive light to, shine a little light on whatever cool you got going on. We are 100% in. When we get back, more NFL talk. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report brought to you by Sandia Area Federal Credit Union.
Credit that rewards you. Open a Sandia Area Rewards MasterCard and earn 10,000 points when you spend $1,000 in the first 90 days. Apply today at sandia.org.
Traffic right now still dealing with a little bit of a slowdown westbound on I-40 as you approach Coors. And Paseo headed west right now, 2nd Street to the river. That's still moving a little slow. North of town, I-25 between Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Things looking good in both directions there. South of the city, I-25 from Albuquerque to Los Lunas. Don't see any problems in either direction there.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
Is your check engine light on? Let our professional parts people scan and diagnose the problem for free. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Do you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes? Good news. There's a new way out. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative. Call U.S. Tax Shield, A+ rated with the BBB. 800-391-5063 for your free consultation and let U.S. Tax Shield protect you from the IRS.
Did you know that Indigo Mortgage has had the same name and ownership for 20 years now? I can think of only a tiny handful of local mortgage companies that can make that claim. I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage, and proud to say that over the last 20 years, we have helped many homeowners in our community finance their homes with honesty and integrity. And in today's mortgage environment, borrowers need an advocate working for them, not an application taker like that with big banks and national lenders. Because Indigo Mortgage is a broker, we can most often find the right mortgage with the lowest rates for our borrowers. And please shop around to be certain that you're getting the best rates and fees on your mortgage. And as always, be sure to include your trusted local mortgage company, Indigo Mortgage. Find us on the net at indigomortgage.net or by calling 836-5700. That's 836-5700. Indigo Mortgage, NMLS 23-1962 and 188-348.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Back on the program. Van, sorry I missed last segment. I was on the phone with head football coach here at New Mexico Highlands University Cowboys, Ron Hudson.
Oh, what a dude.
What a dude.
I'd diss me for him any day. Good job.
I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. He was asking me for a little bit of help with Special Olympics. They're doing a big fundraiser, so you and I will get together on that. We'll see what we can do to help them out.
Well, how appropriate, Fred, because I just made a call to action for the friends of the show. If they got any nonprofit stuff going on in the community, we'd love to help. And you missed the segment for setting up more fun nonprofit help. How about that?
Well, interesting to that, Van, because my very good friend, Ron Hudson, head coach of your New Mexico Highlands University Cowboys football team, should know that I'm on air right now. He should have called it a different time. This is unacceptable. Really. Keep that in mind moving forward. I saw on the Sports Animal live chat on our live stream, we're getting compliments on the season 2 shirts and how fire they are. That is absolutely correct. I just had a conversation today with the new shirts for Duke City Championship Wrestling fans. So we got some new merch coming out for the wrestling product, which is premiering May the 25th. It is a Thursday at the historic El Rey Theater. GCCWtickets.com. Go get your tickets for, did I say G? DCCW tickets, Duke City Championship Wrestling. Go get your tickets. Come hang out with your boys. We're going to do a little pro wrestling thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to enjoy the crap out of it.
Yeah, speaking of shirts, slip slide into our DMs on Instagram at TalkABQ. Or you can email me, Van at talkabq.com or Fred at talkabq.com.
We
want to give you another round of T-shirts here in a couple weeks. So the friends of the show, get a hold of us. Give us your size. Give us your address. We'll love to get some new shirts out.
And speaking of the Instagram, and not just if you're a fan of ours on Twitter or the Facebook or wherever, first of all, thank you for connecting. It means the world to us. We like connecting with you. You follow us, we follow you. It's not complex. But we should do like a little call to action because we're less than 200 away from 4,000. And I think it's time that we put that final push through and kind of make sure that the Instagram is where the Instagram needs to be. So we'll do that as well. We'll figure out a fun little initiative and we'll enjoy the heck out of that. That's for sure. All right, man, we've been talking a lot of NFL. We've been talking a little bit of NBA, not enough. We've been talking some Major League Baseball, not enough in my opinion.
Oh, never.
But every opportunity you get, regardless of what we're talking about, you talk about how much James Harden is that dude.
Mm-hmm.
I've low-key dismissed it for a long time. I think I've told you this off the air for sure. I don't know if on the air. The first time I ever saw James Harden play would have been 2009, and he was at Arizona State, and I was at Washington State as a student.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't have the beard. Do you remember him pre-beard?
Sure do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he showed up, and it was him versus Klay Thompson, who played at Washington State at the time. And I thought Klay Thompson was the best basketball player in the history of the planet in that moment because I was, a fellow student, and I enjoyed. James Harden was that tier above, like that tier above. And now he has found a new life in Philadelphia. He's found like a resurgence, although you're going to claim he never surged down. But he is like every column of the stat book, and he's like the positive energy with the fan, and he's like the most, is he a bachelor? He's the most eligible possible thing to become a fan of on the entire East Coast right now. The dude is a dude.
He pulled a Tom Brady this offseason. Like, he wanted to play in Philly. He wanted to play with Embiid. He wanted more significant role players around him. Took a pay cut, got less than his market value to put better pieces around him and make the Philadelphia 76ers a more productive playoff caliber team. It's huge what he did. Like, he had the foresight. Like, we're talking, we make jokes about James Harden all the time, that he's just a party boy going to every strip club. Like, I know a Reddit fanboy a couple years ago did a side-by-side comparison of the best strip clubs in NBA cities.
And how poor his performance is, yeah.
Exactly. And whenever he goes to the nicer strip clubs, he performs more poorly the next game. He still does that stuff, but I think he's matured past it as well. But
hold on, before you escape that thought, you and I low-key have this energy in our life too, though. Like, we do weird stuff.
Sure, all the time.
And then balance it out with doing, like, relatively positive stuff.
Correct.
Like, I think you can exist in both, like, hemispheres of the world, and he does that. And I think it was, like, capped off with him, like, autographing his shoes for that MSU shooting survivor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I am like an emotional wreck. And also, not for this show, we're not on KOB. The amount of mass shootings in the last week, what is going on right now in this world? Not for this moment right now. It's 23 of them in the last week, man. Like, we're at a nuts time. James Harden took a moment to put a spotlight on that. I don't know if it's going to have a positive or lasting effect by any means, but I do know that it's going to last with me.
We're so dumbed down and indoctrinated. What has to happen that hasn't happened already? I just don't know what to say here. But James
isn't the show.
James Harden, like, it seems like he's evolved. It seems like he's matured. He still likes to party. He still likes to go out. He's still got the swag. He's still got the style. He's still got the beard. But he's a different basketball player. He's a contributor now. Like, he gets the ball around everywhere he needs. He doesn't need to just do 30 step back threes every game and score 60 points. Like, when he perfected the step back three and he was lighting the NBA on fire. Changed the rules. They changed the rules because of James Harden. So, when he was in that phase, of course, like, he was on fire. Like, he invented a new element of the NBA that didn't exist before. Of course he's going to do that, but they change. I mean, it's like friggin' Bob Gibson. They change the rules of the game to cap his play, and he evolved, and he's a better player for it now. He could do everything on the court.
Well, and the difference from the game 2 to the game 3, well, I guess game 1 was a nail biter too, but game 2 was a blowout for the Celtics, you know? And then you get to game 3 and the Celtics, you know, they get that other one, and then you're gonna, because you squeaked out the 4-point win in game 1, and now you're gonna squeak out the 1-point win in game 4. And there was like the no call against Jason Tatum, which is a different conversation. But James Harden stays not just like composed like you're describing off the court, he's staying composed on the court. And that, to me, I thought was lost to him some seasons ago when I thought the NBA's out to get me and they're changing the rules and there's all that energy surrounding it. He just went out there and won the game. Like, he hits the game winner. Like that's MVP stuff when your MVP guy is not currently the MVP, the actual MVP of the league, which you also called.
Yeah. And not only, I mean, he saw the foresight. He had the foresight, he had the maturity, had the foresight to get out of Brooklyn. He saw that dumpster fire, and he was like, I don't care if KD's my boy. I don't care if Kyrie's got all the talent in the world. I want nothing to do with this. Get me out of here. Forced to trade to a more stable organization. Got to team up with a perennial MVP candidate. And ever since then, like, his game has never been better than when he's been on the other side of the court of Joel Embiid.
His game has been better.
Well, before they changed the rules, I mean, come on. But as an all-around basketball player, not just a scorer, like he used to be more prolific, obviously, but as all-around basketball player, someone that helps you win basketball games in the playoffs, he's peaking right now, right in front of our eyes.
Well, and, you know, I had to look it up because I didn't have it in front of me. I just was kind of going off my memory, my eye test from the game, because I was like, well, I know Harden had over 40, and I was like, I feel like Embiid was kind of quiet. Embiid had 34.
He gets over 30 every night, and it's the quietest 30 you ever see.
I was over here thinking like, oh, Harden really just kind of outshined the whole thing. It was not that.
No.
It just felt that way.
Sure.
Embiid gets 13 boards. Are you kidding me?
Harden's always been that dude.
Yeah.
Like when he was in Houston and he finally got his chance to shine, like, obviously, you know, I'm a fair weather Rockets fan because I'm from Houston. But when I watched a lot of basketball when he was in Houston with CP3 and when he was with Russell, when Russell was putting up triple-double numbers every night, he's a different player. He's more prolific. He was more of a me player, and you kind of saw the collapse of the Rockets, and then that band broke up, and then he goes to Brooklyn, and like he saw like, oh man, I knew it was my fault in Houston. I see it these guys' fault in Brooklyn. I mean, we got the yin and the yang here. There's got to be some middle ground. And ever since he's been in Philadelphia, he's been that great teammate. You know, after game 1, his teammates were celebrating. They won without Joel Embiid, and his teammates were celebrating mid-court. And he's all, that's one game. Get out of here. Get in the locker room. Watch tape. Like, we got a long series. Like, that shows poise. That shows leadership.
Does this series to you feel like the victor is the representative in the East? Like, and I'm not trying to knock the Knicks and the Heat because it's been exciting in its own way. And I think the Heat are even currently up like 10 right now as that game's just now underway. But I don't feel as if, specifically the Knicks, but I don't feel as if the Knicks or the Heat have advantage over the Celtics or the 76ers.
No, I feel the same way about both the Celtics-Sixers series and the Lakers-Warriors series. I think whoever wins those two series are going to cruise in the next series and meet in the finals. I think
I feel that same way.
I think Denver's overrated. CP3's hurt. Suns have to shoot lights out to win basketball games. Like, I think the Lakers and Warriors are more complete teams, and Sixers and Celtics are more complete teams, and they're just going to run through whoever they play next.
Obviously, we're a week ahead on this one, but I think it's safe for me to say the Celtics and the Sixers, whoever comes out, whichever one. So the 70 Celtics, okay? So whoever comes out, if they play their game, they can make it to to the champion. They can make it to the finals.
Sure.
If whoever comes out of the Knicks Heat, they have to play their best game.
For sure.
And they have to play their best game 4 times. And it's, to me anyways, so incredibly taxing and almost even unapproachable to ask a team to play their best game 4 out of 7 times. And do you even get a chance to play 7 of them if you don't have your best game in the first? You don't. You know, you lose. You lose to that opponent. This one to me feels like the championship of the East right now, and I feel bad about that because the Knicks and the Heat, they both have good players, they both bring it, but it's not that they're necessarily ready yet. And if the Heat aren't ready now, they're never going to be.
Yeah, I mean, the Heat are doing it in the most rare way in today's NBA with literally only one superstar. It's just Jimmy Butler. I don't care what you think about Tyler Hero or Oladipo. I don't see Bam being a superstar. He's an all-star, sure, but he's not a superstar. He's not a top 10 guy. Usually you got to have 2 or more in today's NBA. The Heat are doing it with 1. The Bucks do it with 1. And it's kudos to them that they're doing it, but they can't match up with the 76ers. They can't match up with the Celtics. Jimmy Butler has to play the best game of his life 4 out of 7 games for them to have a chance.
Kyle Lowry is quiet, but a big contributor. But I agree completely with what you're saying. I think Bam would have been in trouble if he was playing center in the 90s. Bam can play center right now, and I think he could. Yeah, if he'd have played center in the early 2000s, no. You know, like some of the guys that were, and especially guys when they were at their peak, like your Howards and your O'Neals and the O'Neal that played in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
There were just a lot of centers that would have beat him up.
Yes.
And now that position is kind of all but dissolved, I think he can play. I think he can go a little bit. So got an update, Van, on the New Mexico State University story. We're talking specifically about basketball players. And what they're saying about the teammates that didn't just target them, they're saying they also targeted some coaches, Van.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go into link on that when we get back. So an update on the Aggies. I'm going to give this one to you as factual as possible, and then I'm going to twist it into opinion at the end. But this one is going to carry a level of severity that you and I don't usually introduce to the program. But this one is deserving of that. So we will make sure we do. Whenever we get back, more 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Rocky Mountain Roofing is invested in leading technology to detect roof leaks. A drone takes infrared photos to find hidden leaks and protect homes and businesses.
Call on Rocky Mountain, the most trusted name in roofing.
This report is sponsored by Rocky Mountain Roofing. Well, traffic right now, things are going well here in the metro. We do see just a little bit of a slowdown westbound on Paseo, right at the river. I-25 and I-40, they're both moving up to speed. North of the city, I-25 between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, looking good in both directions. South of town, Albuquerque to Los Lunas, no problems either direction there. Clark's Pet Emporium has always been your furry pet's favorite stop. Clark's also has the largest selection of fish, reptiles, small animals, plus everything you need to get set up. New Mexico's own Clark's Pet Emporium on Lomas, west of San Mateo, Manal at Juan Tabo, and at clarkspets.com. This report is sponsored by Clark's Pet Emporium. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is.
The Clippers season now is over again. Everybody knows what the issue is. Kawhi's body. But Steve Ballmer's a tech guy. In tech, you don't necessarily try to salvage stuff. You dump it. Steve Ballmer, I don't think is going to try to salvage Kawhi Leonard. I think it's over.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Without the ones like you who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Great, it's yours. See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming in end-of-year party bookings.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm going to need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Blake's Lotaburger and New Mexico United have teamed up and are giving you early access. Pre-game your day with a New Mexico United breakfast burrito, bacon and sausage in one tortilla to help you score the perfect morning. Available exclusively and only at Blake's Lotaburger.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Don't miss Clean Car Month now at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get Superior Coverall Tire Shine 2 for $18. Get details at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting and waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
Do you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes? Good news. There's a new way out. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative. Call U.S. Tax Shield, A+ rated with the BBB. 800-391-5063 for your free consultation and let U.S. Tax Shield protect you from the IRS.
I have a house with white stucco, but you wouldn't know it's white because it looks grayish. I'm hiring CertaPro to get my white stucco back to white. They can paint any color stucco and beautify the exterior of your home. They go the extra mile. They are clean, friendly, and honest. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. For your home or business, do like me and hire CertaPro.
When you get your new Jeep at Malloy Jeep in Los Lunas, not only do you get the best deal, but you get warranty forever. Check out the details online at MalloyJeep.com. When you think Jeep, think Malloy Jeep in Los Lunas.
New Mexico Sports Authority, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Back on the program. The program is 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mm-hmm.
Van, who makes this show go round?
Oh, my goodness. You talking about our friends and sponsors in the community?
That's what I need to know
The reason
about.
we're here, buddy? Looks
Who
like
is
we're
they?
from
Who is them?
John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy.
That's my dude.
Such as our friends at I-9. We play on their team. We start our days with our friends at the YMCA.
Hey, I went to the Y in Edwardsville, or out here in St. Louis, right outside St. Louis.
You're not on the board there, Fred. They let you
Wow.
in?
I literally had to get like a all Y access pass.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
Interesting. You know, just have them call our friends here at the Horn Branch.
That is kind of what they had to do, yeah. So,
You know, we do a burger and a milkshake at 66 Diner.
so good in my mouth.
You miss it, don't you? It's only been like a week or two, but you love
That
you
means
some
if
66 Diner.
I've only been gone a week. That means I've missed 4 meals at 66 Diner.
It's every other day.
Yeah.
The weekend, that's for Teller Vodka, New Mexico's vodka. Don't miss any of the New Mexico United away party action. That goes down at Hollow Spirits with the boys. Throwing Thursdays, that goes down at ABQ Act. $7.50 off per person per hour. Just giving it away. Giving away
That's
fun.
crazy.
Giving away fun for free on
Tyler,
behalf
you ever
of the
thrown
boys.
axes?
Yeah, not in like a regulated area, but yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a scoring system to it. There's a whole deal.
Yeah, it's like a real thing.
And Thursdays that we're not at ABQX, we're downtown having a couple little adult bevies at Red Door.
They got Fred Light on tap there. Can I get Fred Lights?
Little Fred Weisers?
No little Fred Weisers?
Yeah.
That's what I'm about. All right, taking the steam off a little bit. So you are familiar with the lawsuit between former NMSU basketball players and the university.
Correct.
Now I know the players' names are out there now, so we're comfortable using them, right?
They've had press conferences themselves. They've put themselves out there. As brave as it was and as hard as it was to do that, yes, their names are out there now.
Oduniwu and Benjamin are your players. OD is Muslim. I want to make sure that part is stated because his religious beliefs are a big part of his hesitancy to ever say anything.
Right.
Because a big part of that belief system is you don't interfere with anyone's career, period, regardless of their actions and behaviors. That's just a strong marking of it. Okay, here we go. So, publicly it was said that this group of players, and the players named in the lawsuit are Kim Akers Jr., Dr. Bradley, and Deshaundre Washington, okay? So they said that this group of, as they're accused them to just be three bullies, didn't just target those two individuals. They targeted other players on the team and coaching staff on the team, Van. And they believe that these other players and the coaches are afraid to speak up because of repercussions that will occur. So they're being said that they were not specifically targeted and it was not isolated to them. They're saying they were a part of the group of many, and they're just the two that are willing to say anything.
Well, I mean, let's go beyond repercussions for the team, beyond repercussions for the program. I think, this is opinion here. This goes to the heart of the male psyche. You don't want to have to admit that you are a part of this. You don't have to admit that you're a victim of this because it's all embarrassment from here on out. How hard it was for these young men to speak up in the first place. I mean, that's the exact reason why this went on so long, in my humble opinion, is because of the culture of sports, the masculinity of sports, the machismo of sports. You don't want to admit something's wrong. You don't want to admit that these antics were happening and they were affecting you and your personality and your baseline mental health. As hard as it is to admit that you have a problem, think about something as emasculating as what they went through. That made it even harder.
I hear you. I feel it is a harder life to keep it masked.
Sure.
And maybe I'm wrong, and I can recognize how I could be wrong. But I think the internal turmoil of keeping that secret and keeping it, like to yourself versus, because you know this because you know me personally, I have this philosophy of like one energy, right? Like you have one energy. You
Sure.
put one energy into fixing the problem, or you can put one energy into hiding the problem.
Right.
You still have a problem if you put one energy into hiding it. So you're either going to take more out of your energy to cope, deal, or whatever, versus what you would take to change. Now, I do recognize that there's all those ancillary like withdrawals that come with that, which is, like you said, public perception, persona. But we're in the industry.
Right.
I don't know anyone in this industry talking negatively about these young men.
Right.
I don't know that to exist.
I mean, I'm sure there's certain circles, the kind of circles that we don't run with, that we don't have an ear for, that are looking at this negatively. Dude, this is New Mexico. This is machismo. This is snitches get stitches culture. All right. These young student athletes, they're young men. I mean, they're young men is kind of like a reach too. Like these are still kids. Like they're still learning what it is to be an adult, what it is to live life as a grown-up. They're just experiencing these kind of issues for the first time. These young men aren't 40-year-old Van, aren't almost 40-year-old Fred, who have the balls to speak out, who don't care about stitches get stitches culture, snitches get stitches culture. Like we don't care about any of that. If we see somebody being wronged, we're going to speak up. We don't have that problem, but we're not in, that locker room. We don't have these insecurities or whatever it may be. And again, this is my opinion. This is how I feel about this situation. I'm not quoting or paraphrasing anything these young men said, but this is the way I see these locker rooms playing out.
I don't think it's the testosterone-filled environment that it has historically been. I feel that a lot of the suppression is not from like a physical intimidation. Are you insinuating that that's a big aspect? Like they fear a physical a physical reaction, or do you believe it's more like a mental or like an emotional manipulation?
Sure, there could be an element of physical retaliation.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the machismo of sports. Like we talk about mental health on this program all the time.
Sure.
How hard it is not only for men to talk about their problems, but men in sports, especially men in the public eye. And this is a Venn diagram of all those things. Young men who don't have experience, young men who are in a machismo-driven locker room, and the lack of experience in situations like this. This is a perfect storm for this ongoing abuse to happen and be quiet.
The part that's deeper, though, is that physical aspect, because they literally killed a kid. Like this program literally killed a guy, and before that, they got in a fist fight at a football game.
Sure.
These are the ones we know about.
Sure.
It is not ridiculous to me for these two young men to say, yeah, threaten my life. And you and I, Tyler included, we've been in situations where people are like, hey, I will physically harm you in some way. And the three of us all go, okay, fam. We don't believe an ounce of it. They got a track record down there in New Mexico State of physically harming each other. That's their jam. I don't think that's machismo. I think that's a sickness.
Well, I'm not talking about the whole program in general. I'm talking about the young men who spoke up on this issue and who are willing to take a stand. That's what I'm referring to. As far as the physical aspect of it, maybe that's more of a factor on why the coaches didn't take control of this thing.
Well, and that's the accusation too.
If you have strong leadership, if you have a coach who has control of his locker room, the first time something like this happens, you put a pin in it, and that is it. You end it immediately.
Immediately.
They lost control of the locker room, letting their players fight, running away from the cops when the shooting incidents happen, letting this sexual assault, and let's call it what it is. It's not hazing. It's not bullying. They committed sexual assault allegedly on multiple people. Like for adults to allow that to happen, you're supposed to be a leader. You're supposed to set a precedent for these young men going forward in their lives. Now they have to go through this. Now that they think this behavior is normal, or they think that this kind of behavior is something that they're going to have to deal with their whole life. That's a horrible precedent to set.
There's another level too, right? To where, and this shows like the immaturity of Greg Heyer and maybe Mario Mocha, the athletic director, where you bring in a leadership that's not ready to be leaders.
Right.
And you end up with, and I work in collegiate sports, like you've been around it for so very long now. There's something weird about coaches that really want to be friends with players. Don't mishear me. I'm not misrepresenting. Yeah. I'm not saying friendly. I'm saying friends.
Yeah.
There's a leadership dynamic there. There's a hierarchy, and you have to maintain that. I get weirded out when you're in a place of responsibility and leadership onto others, like, let's talk about like the Benjamin Kid's family, right? Like he is sent there with the expectation he's going to be cared for and took care of.
Sure.
I get weirded out when you're put in a position to help others and you abuse it for your personal gain. And if you have such a loser motivation of personal gain, which is making buddies,
right?
You're not the right guy.
Right.
You're not the fit. It's a university that should lose their program entirely. It should not come back.
I think that might be a step too far, but you definitely have to clean house. You definitely have to stop it for a while. Like all these kids in New Mexico, these high school athletes, like they need somewhere to get an education. They need somewhere,
sure,
to play sports. And, they got a perfectly good university right there. It just kind of ran off the rails. Let's clean house, start over again, maybe give it a year. Have that. I mean, let's learn a lesson from this. Have that big X throughout next basketball season. Did not perform in the 23-24 season, and then have a link to what happened in the decisions from the NCAA or hopefully self-policed by the university, but it's not going to happen. Already hired another coach. Coach hired a staff. They're recruiting kids. Like, as far as these New Mexico high school athletes go, I feel sorry for them because they can't have these lifelong experiences about playing for a college in their home state because of these few idiots.
And the culture that allowed them as a cancer to spread amongst each other. Yeah, it's just it's perfectly disastrous in every single aspect, every single way. We'll step away from it. We'll come back with jokes. We got to wrap up this one. I think the second coming of baseball is here, man.
Let's go.
I think the savior of America's pastime.
I have a feeling where this is going, and I'm very excited for it.
And much more whenever we get back. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Win tickets to 50 Cent at his Letter Amphitheater on August 27th.
I don't know what you heard about me.
Listen to the opening drive all this week for your chance to win. 50 Cent with special guest Busta Rhymes.
You people had enough? Give me some more. You people want the wild hit? Give me some more.
And text Club for an additional chance to win. From 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
It's time to renew New Mexico. If you have Medicaid or SNAP, you must renew to keep your benefits. If you have moved, update your contact information at yes.state.nm.us or call 1-800-283-4465. You will be mailed a turquoise envelope when it is time to renew. Your Medicaid and SNAP benefits are very important. To learn more, go to renew.hsd.nm.gov and renew New Mexico.
Okay, we have to stop debating and decide on a place for dinner tonight.
Someone at work said Fogo de Chao was great.
Fogo de what?
Fogo de Chao.
I think you mean Fogo de Chão.
No, it's Chao. C-H-A-O.
Well, you have the spelling right, but it's shown.
Chao.
It's shown.
Chao. Fogo de Chao.
It's shown.
No matter how you say the name, there is no better dining experience than Fogo de
Chao.
It's shown.
You'll love the unique and immersive dining experience at Fogo de Chão. Their culinary team uses traditional Brazilian cooking methods. Slow cooking brings out the meat's natural flavors for an outstanding meal every time. Pair it with award-winning cocktails and wines. Visit the world-class market table and you'll have an unforgettable experience. Drop by on Tuesdays at Fogo de Chão and kick off your lunch or dinner with a free prime-time appetizer with the purchase of their unique Brazilian cocktail, the Caipirinha. Experience the art of churrasco at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão, a culinary experience you'll never forget.
O'Reilly.
Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the best Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn.
Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Ah, the smell of fresh cut grass. Just Sprinklers has drought-tolerant bluegrass to cover your whole yard or fill in the dead spots. Ask the experts at Just Sprinklers how to install it yourself. The yard of your dreams is at the store near you. Visit justsprinklers.com.
When you buy your new Ford at Malloy Ford in Los Lunas, you get the best deal and warranty forever. Check out the details online at malloyford.com. When you think Ford, think Malloy Ford in Los Lunas.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Great, it's yours. See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming in end-of-year party bookings.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm gonna need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Duke City's home for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Van, do you subscribe to Pedigree?
Is that like dog food Pedigree?
No, not
the
Ralston
brand?
Purina's Pedigree. No.
Yeah.
Like Lineage.
Oh, naturally, yeah. Good
do.
stock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does baseball need a savior?
Yeah, he's here. His name's Shohei Ohtani.
That's not correct. That is not correct.
Fred, does that answer not fit your narrative here, brother?
Oh, there's no narrative. I'm only going to give you facts. On May 5th, 2023, okay? That is 2023 years after the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Derek Jeter and his wife, Mrs. Jeter, is her name Hannah? She's like a supermodel, right?
Sure.
They brought into this world. Are you going with Caius? Caius Green Jeter?
I think it's Caius.
I think it's Caius. K-A-I-U-S. I haven't heard it spoken, but I believe it's Caius. So that happened on May the 5th, and then on May the 6th, he was called up to the major leagues. So,
It's a word of Latin origin. It means rejoice.
it means had one sex.
Mm-hmm.
So Derek Jeter had one. Congratulations to Derek Jeter. I tell you what, you and I will be doing radio in 19 years or 18 years or whatever. We'll be having that conversation.
You know
That's how this works.
You know it 100%.
Tiger's kid. Like there's a handful of them where you know they're going to be better because that's how it works now. It's not like I can't think of an example of like, and you have to have hype. You can't just be like the son of one of the best ones to do it and be like, yeah, he also does it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a hyped one. Like who are the sons? Ken Griffey Jr., right? To where it's, you got a dad who did it. And if you're starting off at the Derek Jeter level of doing it,
yeah,
you're going to be the best of all time. This happens. Barry Bonds was so much better than his dad.
Mhm.
I get it right now. Somebody listen is like, so-and-so's son wasn't that good. We're not talking about that guy.
Not every guy.
Not every guy. We're talking about Tiger Jr. I know that's not his name.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like, though. I'm telling you. When I saw that Derek Jeter announced he was having a kid, I was like, number one, he'll be drafted by the Yankees.
No, he
Number
won't.
one. What?
He's going to be drafted by the Blue Jays. They took him this year.
I love that. I love everything you just said.
Every single junior in the league is already on the Blue Jays.
Then there'll be a tweet that were like, the Jeter family's like, we're excited to announce Kai's first step as a Blue Jay. And you're like, you're skipping kind of a lot of them there, Derek. It's not how this works logistically.
I know Derek Jeter is obviously a fantastic athlete and baseball player. His genetic code should provide somewhere around half of a very good baseball player.
I agree.
Hannah's stock seems pretty good too.
He bought high and then it only got higher.
Yeah.
Now I was reading this scouting report and it's saying this is maybe one of the most overrated babies of all time, Van.
Go on.
Got a slow first step.
Okay.
So that's going to slow him down. Can't really finish the plate at the plate. There's really, aside from being an elite napper, there's not a lot out there on him that's saying he can make it to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Can't really doesn't keep down meals consistently. He'll never add that extra weight if he can't keep down that extra boob juice.
His DSH is only 12.2, which is his obviously daily sleeping hours, and that's just not high enough for the next level. That's not even newborn league. So how are you going to get to major league? Newborn league's like 15 easy.
Yeah, I mean, scouts rate his advanced pooping levels 60 out of 70, which is not ideal.
No.
You want a higher ceiling.
Well, and a lot of guys are going to hate that I'm saying this, but if you switch out this baby for like Barry Larkin's baby, the wins losses are basically the same. So it's not going to work out professionally.
I mean, that you're talking some sabermetrics there. You're talking some money ball. Are you gonna have another kid's baby for cheaper?
The only other conversation I'm going to really have on this is bringing back normal names.
Yeah, I mean, you could have one Caius Jeter, or you could have two of Omar Vizquel's kids. What do you want? Give me two Vizquel babies.
No, here's why.
You got a whole middle infield there instead of just one Jeter.
He's never going to go by Caius. He's only going to go by Kai. And Kai is kind of a tough name.
Kai Jeter?
Kai Jeter.
Kai Jeter.
It's like a fighting move in Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like watch out. It's going to hit you with the Kai Jeter. It's a finisher in WWE wrestling. Kai Jeter. Tyler, do you have any friends with weird names? You're of that age.
Weird names?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few of those.
As a guy who's named Manfred, I can tell you, it's not the jam that you think it is. Parents, when you're handing this stuff out.
I love it as an adult, but there were some tough times, early teens, being a dude named Van.
What about that? Oh, because they called you Astro Van?
Every name you could possibly think of. I was a skinny ginger named Van. I've literally heard everything.
That's not the best. I have a homie named Roach.
Legally?
Yeah, his actual name.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
It's a bummer.
Okay. It's not short for Rocha. His first name is Roach, given to him by his parents.
He's not French. It's not Rochelle.
He is French.
Roche.
He is French. He says Roche. In the delivery room, do you think Hannah got a gift basket, or do you think no?
Well, she had to sign an NDA.
Okay, yeah, I'm into that. Wrap up the program. Where we get back, we got a banger of a week of sports talk programming. Isotopes are late all week, so we're full all week. That's gonna be a lot of
full
fun.
shows all week, baby.
We're excited about that. They're hanging out on the West Coast, which is not the best coast. It probably is the best coast.
If I had to pick,
the mid coast I like a lot.
They're both very nice.
All coasts are good.
Yeah, I prefer desert mountains over anything, but as far as coasts go, there's a lot of good ones.
Tyler would claim he's the best at coasting.
I'm a good coaster. I'm a coaster.
Told you.
Can we talk about how I think Rumor Willis is for sure the stupidest celebrity name, though, real quick, before we go to
Who
bed?
is that?
That's Bruce Willis's daughter.
That's not real.
It's Rumor. Yeah. That's the worst one.
Oh, gosh. She looks just like if Demi Moore and Bruce Willis had a kid.
I mean, Bruce Willis, if you shave him, he looks like a baby already.
The worst celebrity name ever is Moon Unit. Like, we all agreed on that years ago, right?
Moon Unit.
Like, Frank Zappa's kid is Moon Unit, right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Moon Zappa.
Tommy Chong's kid.
Who's that?
Ray Dong Chong.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Whenever we get back, today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of weird celebrity names.
Let's
Thank
go.
You. Thank you.
Here on the program, 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with the CBS Sports Minute. Devin Booker is one of the NBA's quietest superstars, but his play this postseason has been one of the loudest statements in the league. He's scoring over 36 points a game while shooting 61% from the floor. Those are Shaq numbers, and Booker's doing it from the perimeter, something we rarely see. The only problem is he has to keep shooting at this torrid pace, or the Suns won't be able to beat the more well-rounded Nuggets. I'm Andrew Perloff.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you. That's it. Insurance companies are publicly traded companies who have an obligation to their shareholders to deliver profits. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them, and they want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. Hurt in a wreck? Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque. Glenn Lerner is only licensed in Nevada.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Today on Hey Culligan Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Ladies, fall in.
What's up, Coach?
You can't play soccer in sweatpants and dresses.
Don't you think we know that? If we had real team uniforms, we wouldn't embarrass you like this.
Point taken. I'll make a call.
Time for real team uniforms and professional office apparel. Graphic Connection has great designs, years of experience, and over 300,000 products.
Coach, these new uniforms are awesome!
Right? Told you I'd take care of it.
Graphic Connection.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. Pepto Kids chewables provide fast relief for common stomach issues, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for Pepto Kids chewables. Fast relief for little tummies. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Final segment of the day. Thank you for being part of our day. Thank you for letting us be part of your day. Today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of weird celebrity names. League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Connect with I-9 Sports. They're doing all their soccer clinics. That's coming up. believe it starts this weekend, Van.
So stoked.
Super stoked. Those kids do super good. All right, Van. I'm going to lead.
Okay.
Also, don't be surprised if a big part of my bit is me telling you that you're wrong about that being a weird name.
Okay.
I'm going to go with people I didn't know had kids to start. Because I feel like if I don't know you have a kid and then your kid has a weird name, that's like double weird.
Okay.
Did you know that Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost have a kid?
I knew they were a couple. I did not know they had a kid. I have been infinitely jealous of Colin Jost for so long.
Because of his talent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After Michael Richards got super racist on Seinfeld, I didn't think anyone would ever be named Cosmo again.
It's been a long time.
That's like naming your kid Hitler.
I bet if Tyler wasn't in comedy, he would not know who Michael Richards is or that he went on a racist tirade.
I'm in comedy. I have no idea who Michael Richards is.
Ha! Love it. See? It's been long enough.
He was on Taxi. It was a big deal.
Nope.
Cosmo. That's a stupid name. Go ahead, Van.
Okay. I had a few ones that are obvious, you know, like Elon Musk's kid and Kanye West and Kim's kid, like the big ones I could name off the top of my head that suck. But I pulled up a list just to make sure I wasn't missing any really horrible ones.
Smart.
I got an admission here.
Okay.
I like an overwhelming majority of these names.
That's bad.
This is so sweet. Like some of these names are awesome. Like Penn Jillette. You know I'm a big Penn Jillette guy.
Yeah. Talk about it all
His
the time.
kid's name is Moxie Crime Fighter.
That's cool. That's real cool.
Moxie Crime Fighter Gillette.
This is really cool.
Moxie. That's a cool name. I'm going completely oppo on here. I'm doing weird names that are actually friggin' awesome. Moxie Crime Fighter Gillette.
Okay. Jamie Oliver and Juliet Norton's kids are named Poppy, Honey, Rosie, Daisy Boo, Pamela, Buddy Bear, and Petal Blossom Rainbow.
Okay. Petal Blossom is very dumb, but most of them aren't that bad.
Buddy Bear? You don't think Buddy Bear is a stupid name for a child that would become an adult?
Well, see, here's the thing. They need like a proper first name, and then you could just call them Buddy Bear. But like somebody's going to like fill out their ID or something one day, and I'd be like, this is fake. Get out of my store.
They said their child's legal name is Poppy, Honey, Rosie.
Okay, I didn't know who this guy was. Rob Morrow. Apparently he's an actor. I recognize his face, but I can't say what he's in.
Cool.
Mr. Morrow named his kid
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
That's wild.
That's pretty good, actually. Tyler, you got any?
I do. We all love Jason Lee from the amazing hit.
This was my next answer.
This one is so wild to me. We all know Jason Lee from My Name is Earl, done stuff on NBC, and his child's name is Pilot Inspector.
Pilot Inspector Lee.
Which is weird, but they spelled inspector with a K, which is more weird.
Pilot's kind of cool. Pilot cool. Inspector is like, I don't know, man.
Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes named their kid Surrey.
Well, they'll never be able to say hey in front of that.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the end of it, Van. Good job.
Welcome back.
Oh, thanks, brother. I got a week of some stuff, so I'll be in and out a little bit, but I'm excited to be here when I am here. Van, final words?
Too much for the time allotted, my friend. But anything we didn't cover, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff, JJ, and A. Marie.
Tyler, did I miss anything?
Not a thing. I'll see y'all at Dry Heat Comedy Club.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow, Burke.